Hello and welcome back to the world of Duskval. Look at our absolutely enchanting rain ambiance. Ain't it just beautiful? Let's rejoin our players in the room of Sneaky. Why are you editing it in paint? You're changing the colors. Oh, that's adorable. Does not the... No, it doesn't work. Never mind. I'm not making funny. I wasn't... What are you trying to do? Make rainbow. Alright. I won't make fun of you, don't worry. I
Bully.
I will not bully. I fully believe. Maybe a little bit of bully. Alright.
Honestly, if anything, you should be angry at Ogre for having rainbow as his color.
Yeah.
My single color is rainbow. I will ask, so that you guys stand out, what would you like your symbol to be?
You
What do you
mean
mean?
the thing that waifu is currently painting?
Yeah, I'm
No, sorry. The thing in front of you
Or-
that says triad, the token.
That. I don't know. Can we see the options?
Unfortunately, not really. Anchor? Yeah, sorry. There's an anchor, there's a barrel, there's a book, a bridge, cave, castle, chest, city, coins, fire, hanging sign, which is what it currently is, house, mountain, tree, obelisk, paw print, ruins, tankard, temple, tower, trap, skull, statue, sword, village, waterfall, windmill. Did any of those spark your interest? Also make it slightly larger.
I mean, what comes the closest to like art thieves?
Art thieves
Coins.
not entirely. Yeah, say coins works because we want that money. Whenever
We're
y'all
all about that
Money.
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 There are so many great songs that just have the word money repeating it, aren't there? I can say one thing and they can record it in songs. Alrighty, team, welcome back to the world of Duskfall.
Alright, we have a name,
I
we have
hate
an
it here.
image, we have an icon, now we need a theme song.
Indeed. As a polite reminder, the world has no sun. It's either dusk, or midnight. It is dark and darker. That is it.
So it's always twilight.
It's always twilight, basically. There's literally no sun. So keep that in mind whenever people walk around the streets of Duskfall. You do one of two things. You do it in the dark because, well, you don't want people to see you. You are ritzy, and you use the the soul energy, effectively, in either a staff or in your hat, and it lights the way for you, or you walk around with a standard oil burning or just a candle in a whatever have you, realistically. A lantern, a lamp. Walking around with an individual candle seems quite foolish, but something that is enclosed and can light your way. That is traditionally how people get around, along with the streets themselves being lit. I forgot the exact term. It's like electroplasmoid or something. It's nice and totally not sci-fi or fantasy. I love it. It's great.
Perfect.
Alrighty, while Kim is coming
It's
up with
ghost
our...
juice.
before you finish that, you do realize you're just basically making the Olympics logo, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I mean, as long as it's stacked,
May I ask?
As long as it's rainbow.
like a weird.
Oh, you have 3 circles, and each of you is your own color?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so, what, white, orange, and rainbow?
White is me.
Okay.
Orange is
Rainbow's a
you.
color.
And orange to match her eyes.
Okay.
'Cause why not?
That works. Are you still trying to fix it?
Yes. Don't make fun of me.
I'm not. Oh, no! She clicked on the paint bucket tool and missed, and the whole background just exploded.
I gotta
Control
zoom
Z.
in more.
Alrighty, so we
Ogre
passed,
did this to you.
we passed our session 0. We mostly know how to play this game. While we are still learning, there are many things for us to mess with. Have you guys all added your extra experience that we got?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
got
want skills.
2 more.
For what?
Looking at the experience thing. I might have gotten 2 more, not sure.
Realistically, if any of you were to get more, then everyone will get that same amount. Just to make it nice and balanced for the first session.
Right, sure.
So if you think you would have gotten 2 more, due to what?
because I did like the background of him spiel while I was chatting it up with the guys at the bar.
Yes.
True. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and add. And the nice thing about those, you can put them wherever you want. Whenever you roll desperately, that goes specifically into the stat. So I would say Desmond add 2, and then the 2 of you, Kim and Oak, just add 1. Since he did go out of his way to do
Is that a total of 4 or a total of 3?
You, since last session, are adding a total of 4, since it's going to be different for everybody. And then Kim and Ogre will be adding a total of 3 on top of what you already had. I know Kim would have had extras because she was rolling very desperately, and
Yes.
Ogre, I think you were mostly fine, but Ogre should have a total of...
I think
3
I
or 4
rolled
from
1
there.
from desperation, so that went in resolve.
Yes.
And you, at the start, you just said we got another one.
You got another 2 at the start, yeah. And then 2 more. So realistically, whatever you guys had before, just add... Desmond add 4 to that, Kim and Ogre add 3 to that. So I'm not entirely sure where you're at. We don't need to, we don't need to
total
worry
of
too
5
much.
then?
You should probably have 5. I know Kim should have around 6. Ish. Question mark. Maybe still 5. But
Sure.
we'll tinker with it later.
I
It's not too
believe you.
important because, as you said, you need a shit ton of experience to level up.
Yep.
So, you guys are, as I mentioned, more than welcome to ask me, can I roll this desperately, and blah, 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 blah. You can say it to each other, too. Like, hey, what if you did this and did this? Like, it's not farming experience because you put yourself in a poor position. The example given was, if you're in a control position and take damage, or something bad were to happen, it's only 1 tick. If you take damage or fail in a desperate position, it's 3 ticks or 3 damage, which could just be an instant dead. So, obviously, it is exponentially worse if you fail. But, with proper teamwork and planning, we can't fail. She laughs.
The dice says otherwise.
Hey, you guys roll 3 6s in a row, I think, on a single die. That is incredibly impressive.
Beginner's luck.
I rolled many ones.
You rolled many ones to balance them out, and then somehow they all just weaseled their way on over to
Beginner's luck.
our girl.
Stupid beginner's luck.
Also, as a reminder, if you hold onto any money, for every 1 coin you hold, that is 1 load. If you don't want to have that on your person, put it in your stash. When you take money out of your stash, it's cut in half. So if you have 4 stash and you need to take money out, you only can take 2 of it, and you lose 4. So it transfers 2 to 1. Stash is basically non-liquid assets, whether it be paintings or what you call it. You're basically selling them in a hurry to get the money as quick as you can. The difference is your guys' clan, it can hold up to 4. Where is it?
And can we put it in our crew instead?
You can put it in the crew instead if you wish. I forgot which one it is, but I think it's actually when you level. It goes from holding 4 to like 8, then to 16, so you can hold a shit ton. The overall goal in this game is to retire the character. So for see how the stash is nicely organized, where it's like a little row and a little black square at the end. For each one of these rows filled, your character will retire in a better state, ranging from on the street and destitute to never, ever, ever first class, because we can never raise ourselves to that level. When I say first class, I mean like the bougiest of the bougie assholes. I mean the 1%.
Then she's never gonna retire.
Then you need to break through the ceiling and you need to change the system, Kim, it sounds like. But one of the main bits is you can never retire as the top 1%. Just to kind of keep the status quo of the world. Or you change things. Keep in mind when I say never, there's always a little asterisk next to it. But traditionally, you can, funnily enough, you can actually retire, and start up a store. You can have not a mansion really, but a really nice house. So the options aren't horrible. Is that the one you want?
Yep.
Is that what we're going for? All right.
Yep.
We are currently updating our team's logo.
We're sponsored by
Nice.
Google.
All right. While we are updating this logo, if you guys want to update me on what our plans are, what we're doing, we can roleplay literally anything you guys want. If you want to not necessarily skip your downtime, look how cute that is. Do the colors symbolize anything, or do you guys just like the color? Besides eyes, I like. Why rainbow?
I said I wanted all the colors.
All right.
He's just greedy like that.
Why have one? You can have them all.
No, because Desmond is obviously like pure white, trustworthy.
Because he's an angel.
He's perfect, exactly.
Orange.
He's never done
'cause-
anything wrong in his entire life.
I believe.
I believe too.
And
Orange
that's
'cause
also why
it's
he's currently
striking.
ironing his suit.
Well, you're lucky you didn't get any blood on it like I did.
No, I mean, I did jump into a sewer, you know.
Alright, you guys' wonderful, wonderful logo.
I'm not sure blood is as hard to wash off as sewer grime.
Well, I've had to wipe off blood. I've never had to do sewer stuff, so I don't know.
mean, if you're wiping off sewer stuff, you're probably also wiping off a little bit of blood. to
I
be
mean, blood
honest.
is relatively easy. I mean, you just need some cold water and some other stuff. I can't remember.
I'm sorry, you're a man. How do you know that?
Because men bleed too. We don't.
Oh, you see,
We
men
don't-
tend to do stupid things like accidentally cutting open their hand.
Yeah.
You know what? Touche.
We bleed because we're dumb. You bleed because. I believe
Because
Nature.
we're forced
hates you.
to.
Nature
Nature
forces you
sucks.
to. Yeah, pretty much.
No, because you you defied God. You ate
How
the
dare
apple.
you. Exactly.
How's that
Now
my
you
fault?
bleed forever.
Sins of the. Well, sorry. Sins of the mother. Forever.
Forever and ever
Yeah.
and ever.
Yeah, the worst we got was the Adam's apple, apparently. Because that
no.
makes sense.
My bumpy boy.
My
You
bumpy
guys get to
boy.
bleed, we get something in our throat, alright?
Ooh,
Not the
sexy.
bumpy boy.
Okay. Anyway, besides all that nonsense, during our downtime, only Mr. Desmond overindulged. Like I mentioned, we can poke the purveyors of vice later, but we'll say one of them probably cut you off. Most likely the Tavern Smoke Shop in Goldridge. And like I mentioned before, the Twilight Triad notebook is added if you guys wish to add anything. One of those things that we should probably want to add would be our preferred hunting grounds, which can be anywhere really. And then location of base.
Okay, would my boob be here in the docks, or would he be like elsewhere?
So realistically, you can tell me.
Where's the
there are
whorehouse?
there are many houses everywhere. Where the whores? No, they're everywhere. That's basically like the mood of this game. It depends on how high class he is. Yeah, realistically.
Pictured him kind of high class,
Kind of high class.
like
Okay.
like more high class than not high class.
Well, if you want, you can zip on over to the main map of Dustfall, and then you can kind of look through.
I was just there.
Wonderful. I sort of labeled each location in how rich they are. The more low tier places have the little houses, and the richer locations
okay, yeah,
have the more
this-
opulent
This
looking
one's
palace.
yeah. I don't.
So you'd probably be Charter Hall or Brightstone, but definitely not Whiteground. Rabble like you most likely don't allow there.
White Crown? Where's that?
Whitecrown is the island
The
that is trying to
island.
stay as
Ah.
far away from you as humanly possible.
The governor's stronghold.
Yeah, pretty much.
How dare.
Charter hole.
Did you say Charter Hole?
I did.
I mean, we're looking for a whorehouse. It's accurate, I guess.
It's a chartered hole.
Are you sure this isn't too wealthy? Are
I-
there only three wealths?
I mean,
I feel like 4 is too wealthy.
probably too wealthy. The other thing, once again, we can mess with this later. Not too big of a deal. The night market is 3, but yeah, you can realistically say night market if you want. Close to the
Wow, I'm settling down really far from my boo if we do night market.
I mean,
the town isn't that big.
it's large, but not absurdly large.
That's a walk though.
That keeps you safe. Keep in
Well,
mind.
okay. No wonder I charter him for the whole night.
There you go. You got. I mean, you got to keep yourself. You got to work out to get there.
Besides,
I-
we have a boat. That's fine.
Don't sweat.
There's
Have
only
a
one.
boat.
There's only
Actually,
one.
can we have a
free.
boat? Is it
I-
something we can just have, or is that something we need to get?
Basically, anything that would have a mechanical effect in the game, you guys need to either get, whether it be a long-term downtime effect, or something you get when you upgrade. I'm pretty sure boats and vehicles and such are actually things you can get when you upgrade. If you guys just want like a little dinghy that lets you
Yeah, just something to get around, basically.
Yeah, you guys can definitely have it. I mean, especially if your base is actually going to be in the docks, then you are more welcome than to have a dinghy. Also, if you guys do choose the docks, I'll go ahead and add you. So when you click on the docks, it gives you the general information.
What do you mean if we choose? We've already said yes.
We already said yes. Okay, you know what that means. You know what that means. I will change notable factions.
We get our home.
No, first we have to pay someone for our home. Otherwise
it.
we get hunted down.
Oh yeah. Do you want a tip? Do the extra thing so that they like us?
Could do that and then make them fight for us if the guys we pissed off last time decide
Yeah.
to show up.
That sounds good. We gotta pick who carefully who we want to make love us and who we want to piss off.
All right, so I have added
Exactly.
under notable factions the Twilight Triad, which is our crew. Of course,
Ooh.
we can update that if we want. But the docks is a nice place to settle down. It's kind of right in the middle, not physically located, but in terms of wealth and security and everything. It's not too dangerous, but it is indeed dangerous enough. Now, the important question is, what's your guys' base look like in the docks? What is your base exactly?
I like a train car.
You want a train car?
I could do that, yes.
Okay.
Is it a mobile train cart or is it like stationary?
You tell me.
Can you move it around?
So I will say this: when you guys start, it's going to be shitty, and then the higher the tier goes, this gives you room for growth. So it can
kind of
start.
like, was it Syndicate that had a train cart as a base?
I think
Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
possibly. I
think so.
One.
I never played, so I have no idea.
Yeah, basically you have a train cart as a thing and you can upgrade it and eventually you can ride it around.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right, so we
Yeah.
have an old
Great for smuggling.
an old broken train cart for now, and then as we upgrade, the train cart will just naturally look fancier and fancier as you do.
Excellent, because I intend to fix it up. I don't want to live in this horrible thing.
Of course. And remember, we're going rags from riches, rags to riches. Please don't die if you can help it. And if you
I'll do my best, guys. Don't leave me alone again.
Yes, yes.
As
I had a bomb. You were fine.
Grandpa Ogre, come on.
As a friendly reminder,
Alright, you're fine.
if you do die in this game, that's not the end. Just make sure you take her corpse and hide it somewhere. So if I don't know why I picked you, Kim. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess you're taking the most damage. If one of you happens to die, that isn't technically the end.
If I die, can I still visit my boo?
There are many ways to
I don't
do
know if you would
this.
appreciate that.
Well,
Depends, are you going to
He
be a
loves
ghost?
me!
Or a vampire? Or...
yeah. So if you choose to just be a ghost, that's fine. If you level up enough as a ghost and you inhabit the currently living body of somebody or dead or recently deceased body of somebody, you can take over their
repossess your
corpse.
body.
Yes, I don't think you can repossess your own body. I forgot.
Yeah,
how to
I
do it
asked that
exactly.
already.
Yeah.
What if I keep it in my perfect shape?
How would you do that?
Preservatives?
What preservatives?
Nullify it?
Just eat all the preservatives.
I say there's not much available in Duskwall, unfortunately. Animals are
Click,
actually considered a
click.
commodity.
I mean,
If you
there's
become,
alcohol, right?
There is alcohol.
That's a preservative.
can ghosts take on recently dead bodies?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
So can you have a ghost to keep the body intact for you, or do they? No, those automatically deteriorate, don't
They would probably deteriorate, but still, yeah.
It
Well,
does.
The
The-
body
the-
doesn't magically come back alive.
The body's gone no matter what.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I need to reread how the vampire thing works. I think vampires can only inhabit. I could be wrong. Only inhabit living bodies. I don't know if you can jump into a corpse. I think you can corpse hop.
Vampires?
But I think you would need to literally corpse hop, as in the body will just rot over time. So you would need to jump in the body back of Kim, and the body will just rot after 5 weeks. And you need to jump in another body and keep doing that over and over and over. That's probably something you can do. That's like horribly gruesome. I won't stop you from doing
That
it if
is
you want.
disgusting.
It's great. It's wonderful roleplay if you want.
You're killing people.
You're
Every 5 weeks.
Yeah, you're what's his name from Corpse Taker or whatever. So you
Oh my
can
god.
totally do that if you wanted to.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah, the recommended, which is just as gruesome, method is to jump into a body that already has a soul in it. You reside in them for, I believe, 4 weeks until they basically go crazy and their soul is essentially destroyed by your soul, and then you take over their body against their wishes. So that's just as gruesome.
Do it.
This was a fun little world.
Sounds
Oh,
perfect.
or if you don't want to violate, bodies, you're more than welcome to just hop into a hull, which ranges anywhere from the size of a small cat to the size of a cart. Effectively a clockwork machine. They are expensive, so you can't just decide you're going to hop into a hole, but that is an option.
Alright.
Winch-taped
We'll
ones?
buy you a cat.
Well,
No.
they
When
range from
Kim
the
dies,
size-
we're going to make her live inside the locomotive.
Oh,
She
no.
can drive us around.
Yeah, I guess that works.
That is indeed an option, but yes.
I don't want to die though.
Preferably not. It just a polite reminder that death is not the end of this game.
In fact, I only want to die if my boo dies.
Mm.
No, that's ominous.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much I trust him.
Kill him.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
it's almost it's almost like I'm imagining him like, oh, I'm dying. Where's my boo?
Romeo and Juliet, babe.
Horrible.
I'm into plays, right?
Horrible.
You know, it's
story.
probably a good thing if you make sure your enemies don't find out about that flaw.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, which is why having him all the way over here is probably a good idea.
So much
Night
like
Market.
everybody else, you misinterpreted
I
the play.
Night Market.
Okay. On that note, what do we wish to do? You already
Steal.
Steal. That isn't the general idea.
No, we've done that. I want to do espionage or something sneaky that has a low risk of danger. Or else I'm staying home.
I mean, it depends what we're stealing, honestly.
This is true.
Like, we are stealing something from a hive this time, hopefully. A rival gang.
Did I add payoff to scores? I did not add payoff. Okay, I can add that somewhere else. But yes, payoff is its own thing. Technically, the way rep and everything works is whenever you guys do a score, you get 2 rep, +1 per tier. You guys are at tier 0, so you can't lose any rep. And then you guys gain, depending on the size of the actual score, it's in increments of 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And yes, since we are landing here,
Do we have to pick a house on which street to live now? Wait,
Oh, if you guys want, you're more than welcome to.
where would the
Oh,
old
boy.
parts be?
Somewhere with a train track.
The more details you guys want to throw in here, I will gladly add it. If you guys want to think about what you want to do, go for it. Let me just mess
Right here.
with right there, right here,
Yeah, I was about to point that spot out.
That works.
right here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It has
So-
a train track. It has close water nearby.
Oh, there's a little train track. The cool thing is, apparently, I forgot his name. John Harper? Yes, John Harper that made this game. He basically worked with someone to make this map and essentially say, yeah, that's where that would be. So this is as canonical as you can possibly get, which is like so. I love it. And as mentioned before, you guys don't have to, shit reeat. Y'all can pop off and go somewhere else if you want.
I think we should definitely do it not in the docks.
That's
Sorry, what?
acceptable. You guys can effectively
Our
do what
hunting
you
route?
want. Yeah, and then also
yeah,
your
our next mission. I think we
Oh yeah,
should
definitely.
prioritize most of our missions outside the dock. I mean,
Yeah.
anything inside the dock should be like probably
I mean, it's
0 rep.
probably best considering that we are treasure hunters, art.
Mhm.
What was that?
Since we're art thieves, it's probably
Okay.
best that we go to like the more wealthy places
Good point.
because they probably have more art.
And probably more security because I can pay for it.
Yeah. Depends. I mean, I think the night market is high wealth, low security, right?
Close to it, probably. Yeah, I should have everything labeled out if you guys want to double check that and just kind of pick the location you guys want to hit up. One of the easier ways to see old clans and whatnot is just go to the main Dust Bowl map. Yeah, which is where you are right now. And then when you click on it, it'll tell you like who's there. So when you click on the docks, it should say there's like 5 clans here. Some of them are included, but there's not a file for them yet, which I can always add. I think they might have add later. And then Coal Ridge and all that extra nonsense.
No, Narmeka's pretty high.
What's pretty high?
The security.
Yeah.
It's the same as the wealth.
Essentially, you guys can do whatever you want. It's just you're going to have more limited effect if things go to shit. You're
We
going
can
to
do Silk Shore instead.
run, yeah. So it's more so wanting to be careful, effectively.
A once wealthy area ravaged by plague, then abandoned to the Deathlands when the second lightning barrier was built. Contains many lost treasures by the foolhardy to seek them out.
Treasures. I love me some treasures.
Treasures.
Uh,
Hey,
Are you talking
we-
about Lost District?
yeah.
Yes, we're not going there.
As soon as
That-
I heal, we should go there.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
in the
Lo-
Deathlands.
Yeah,
You
Lost
do not
District
want to
is,
go there.
Is the no bueno. Lost District is when you're you got some meat in your bones.
But
That's
That's
exactly
where I
where you
used
do
to
not
live.
want to be.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't go there, but you did just literally say. You did just literally say.
I don't want to die.
Let's be careful, guys. So,
Maybe I want to go visit home.
there we go. Okay. Here we go. So
You could do
establish your guys'
Silkshore or 6 Towers.
so when you guys establish your hunting ground, this is what we do. You pick an area. So look at the map, pick a district where you want your hunting grounds to be.
Does our hunting grounds have to be the same every time?
You guys have one hunting grounds, and then it will expand the more we level. So remember, the idea of this game is we can play it however we want. Realistically, you guys can, if they are smaller heists, you guys can spam smaller heists and like get money slower, which is less risky, of course. Or you guys can jump into like the higher tier shit. You guys are more than welcome to like just basically mess with some of these clans. You guys are more than welcome to not mess with them and maybe like, you know, I'm just gonna move this item to this item and blah blah blah, stuff like that, and then kind of move your way up. But basically, these are your three options. We're going to pick a hunting ground, so look at the map, pick a district, and where you want to put your hunting grounds, which does not have to be in the docks, necessarily. Decide how to deal with the faction that claims the area. You do one of three things. You pay them 1 coin, which will come out of your guys' main group, which is fine, you guys have 2. You'll pay them 2 coins, and you gain 1 status with them, or you pay them nothing, and you lose 1 status with them. Keep in mind that lowering status with other people is really, really, really bad, especially if you get to -3. That means you're in a war with this group of people, and on top of that, you lose downtime activities because you're at war with them, so you cannot go outside of safely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pay 2.
Yeah. Silk Shore works.
So where do you guys want your hunting grounds to be?
I was
just
thinking
said
either
Silkshore.
6 Towers or Silkshore.
6 hours, 6 shore? Mr.
Where's
Mr.
6 Towers?
Top.
6 hours at the very top, 6
Six.
shores at the very bottom.
Complete
nice
opposites.
and convenient. Yeah, nice and convenient.
I mean, Silkshore is closer to the docks, so that's technically easier to get to, but the
True.
tech
But
technically
6
doesn't matter,
Towers
like,
is
mechanics-wise.
closer to the wealthy area.
6 Towers also
True.
closer to your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And my home.
And it has
It's
more,
your home.
has more occult influence, if that's something you care about.
Or
We
what's
do,
the
yes.
bonus for those places, actually?
Should be included. So it says traits. For Silkshore, should you overindulge your vice in Silkshore, you'll get a taste for it. Gain 1 dice to your roll next time you indulge in your vice here. So nothing too crazy. In 6 Towers, the many empty buildings and abandoned properties make this a perfect location for a hidden scoundrel's lair. Nothing crazy. 6 Towers is seems pretty straightforward. Actually, 6 Towers is probably where one of the locations where they want you to start. 6 Towers is a great place to go poke. And like I said, keep in mind that your hunting ground, your stomping grounds, can move and also can, in general, expand. So if you want to book 6 Towers or 6 Shore, let me know. Then once we've chosen, we'll.
Yeah, I think 6 Towers is probably
Yeah.
better.
I'm sorry. Are there no
I
clans in
don't-
6 Towers, or am I blind? Did I just not add them?
6
I don't
Towers,
know.
there's notables, but that's it.
Did I derp?
Did you?
I don't know. Did you?
There's a lot of detail to this game, so you totally could have.
I might have.
I forgive you, Hub.
Oh, thanks.
How
I
dare you not
appreciate
make
it.
a perfect game for us?
I know, right? What a garbage game master.
For shame.
Imagine making a
Ooh, that
mistake.
hurt.
A single mistake. Honestly, just get rid of me at this point.
How dare you?
No, I
Just-
want to keep you.
just
Make
jet-
yourself better.
Just jettison me into space.
Just hit the new DM button.
I
You
know,
can
right?
yeet
Would
it
be
away.
expensive to do that.
Just roll for a new one. Okay, so are we
Get
going with
a
6 Towers?
RNG DM.
Hey, 6
Yeah,
Towers has
sure.
one of the best cooks in the city.
Oh.
Hey.
Perfect.
Still operating the legendary Golden Plum restaurant.
Oh, yep, there are 3 notable factions there. Lord Surlock, the Circle of the Flame, and the Unseen.
Well, hurry up and add them. Go, Hub.
Do it all right now.
All right now.
You-
Come on, Hub, I
Just
believe.
copy paste, it's fine.
Neum.
I would,
But? But?
But yeah, just keep saying the word but.
What?
But,
One more time?
But.
but.
Okay. Alright.
But.
Tell me
Alright,
more
We're
so
about
talking
I'm gonna roll
rugby or
I
cooties?
want to
Oh
touch.
no!
But.
I
You
ruined it.
Wasted.
Here, let me get a 1 now.
Soiled it.
There you go.
Please stop. Please stop that.
Is that
What do
considered
you
lucky or
mean?
unlucky?
That's making me feel real bad.
It means I'm beating math.
So far you're 2 and 3 for calling your ones.
It's kind of scary, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
Yes, guy.
That's just today, though.
I think it's called he has the unlucky feat in real life.
I think I was like 3 for 4 last session.
Oh god.
Something like
yeah.
that.
Well, it didn't help that we started off so like, oh wow, let's just roll. Huh, that probably shouldn't have worked, but alright, try again. That probably shouldn't be working. I wonder if this is a sample of things to come. Nah, we're fine.
We should also name which restaurant Desmond is kicked out of.
We steal their food.
Yes, we'll think of that. No worries. Alright, so
If
6
it
hours
helps, I
is.
was having lobster.
Oh no! That's easy to overindulge in, though. I don't blame you.
True.
This is very true.
Oh, actually, I need to look at my.
I mean, that's why his vice is luxury and not pleasure, because it's like he just doesn't eat a lot. He just eats like very expensive food.
Oh wait, there's
Gotcha.
boxing at the docks.
There's everything you possibly want. All right, so we're going for 6 hours as our stomping grounds, or as
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna go with 6 hours.
So how does that lore fit into us poking the crow's foot?
What do you mean exactly?
How does our stomping grounds fit in with us poking the crow's foot? Does that
I
not
mean,
count as stomping grounds?
That was also the tutorial mission, yeah.
That's a tutorial mission. That's also just an area.
But we're counting it in the lore, right?
Yeah, of course. The thing is, okay, so that may be your stomping grounds. That just means you're most comfortable when you guys are hanging out in your 6 hours, which does logically make no sense because, as we mentioned, it's near
That
a
would
rich
be-
type
that
area.
would- So then that would be why we screwed up the crow's foot mission?
Yes,
didn't
that's
really
the,
screw
that's,
with
the,
it.
that's the only reason.
You didn't really
Ah.
screw it up. It's just
I nearly died. Near death equals screwed up.
Nah.
sometimes.
You're
I'm
fine.
a stealth expert. I like slitting throats.
Do you? I don't think I have a stat there.
What do you mean?
Do you have?
You have 0 stats in browse.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you? Oh, well, okay. So realistically, oh god, your prowess isn't right either. Yeah, Sway is your
Mine's
main
better.
Well, I
old
got
man is there, okay.
I got a level
Oh my
up.
god. Okay,
Nice.
I say get these out of the way, but my god, dude.
I'm beating math.
Are you?
Yes.
I think math is crunching you.
I think math is beating you. Yeah, I agree.
Seth, can I ask you a serious question?
Huh.
How are you still alive?
I mean, after yesterday, it's a miracle, honestly.
Somewhat
What happened
scared.
yesterday?
Oh, the chips. He had super spicy chips.
Nice.
The 1.6 million Scoville
Scoville.
unit chip.
I love that word, Scoville.
Are you feeling
Oh my
better
God.
now?
Yes.
Excellent.
It was the worst thing ever. It's not even spice, it just hurts.
How long did it last?
Pain is a taste.
Pain is not a taste.
Yes.
It was like till 11 o'clock before it was completely gone.
So about 3 hours.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, at
Did
least
I
it
think
can
it
last longer.
Copious amounts of milk.
I think it was more than that.
Really?
It can't be more than 4 because we started map farm at 7.
Did we?
Yeah.
Time doesn't work in my brain anymore.
Also doesn't work when you're,
Oh well, hang on. You're 11 o'clock.
Yeah, my 11.
Oh yeah, good point.
That would have been your. Are you 2 hours ahead or 1? What time is it for you now?
He's one
Huh?
hour behind.
It's 11:37 right now.
Oh, 2 hours behind. Okay.
Okay, that's probably 5 hours for you then. Ooh.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Never do it.
I won't.
It's not fun. It just
thank you for biting that bullet to convince me not to do it.
I mean,
It just hurts.
you know, the fan is spicy in general, so I guess as long as you suffered for us. Thanks for taking that.
Oh, how about
That's
some
very
Carolina Reaper burgers?
Spicy.
No
burger.
thanks. Those are worse. At least that might have a taste to it other than Satan's asshole. Maybe.
At least you know what it tastes like now. Congrats, I
Oh
guess.
god, I wish I didn't.
I'm sorry. Alrighty. All the same, what are our plans?
Told you. Stealth mission.
Stealth mission meaning
Fuck, what was the
trespass
options again?
unseen. Into what? Into where? Who we poking specifically?
Sabotage something?
works. Mr.
Alright,
Ogre's
I mean,
good with
Do we even
trickery.
have an opponent?
Huh?
Or
Alright, so I will ask this.
Or
What do you
espionage
mean I'm
also
not
works.
good at slitting throats. I thought one of these was slitting throats.
Technically, okay, so I'll add
Depends.
this.
Finesse should
Yeah.
be, I think, right?
On that note, I will actually add this. Alright, so when you guys do something, 90% of the time you'll probably just do it. For example, Kim, if you decide to sneak up behind someone and say, you know, I want to slowly sneak up behind this guy and then catch him by surprise and cut his throat, I would say that requires a roll. And then you tell me what you want to roll. We'll do it that way so me asking is more smooth.
In fact, I swear I picked one of these stats because it specifically said stab someone in the back.
Oh. Probably sneaking, and you can chain that into stabbing someone. The problem is after you've stabbed them, well, if they're still alive, you have to then switch to skirmish or finesse.
Yeah.
So,
I can stab people with my pistol.
No, if I've debilitatedly stabbed them, then no.
correct, yeah. So if you get them good.
Just slice their throat. It's fine.
So we'll ask this question. Of the three notable factions, Lord Skurlock, the Circle of Flame, and the Unseen, which one do you guys want your reputation to go up by one? Which one do you guys pan off to kind of hunt in that area?
Which factions are there?
Probably the highest tier one. What's the highest
I
tier
I
one?
guess the one with the most
one
rep?
that aligns with our
Yes,
art thievery.
I'll summarize it quickly. Lord Skurlock is an ancient notable said to be immortal like the Emperor, possibly a vampire or a sorcerer obsessed with the occult. The Circle of Flame is a refined secret society of antiquarians and scholars, cover for
Perfect.
extortion, graft, vice, and murder. Okay, that's, yeah. The Unseen is an insidious criminal enterprise with a secret membership, thought to pull off the strings of the entire underground. So, do you want Circle of Flame or the Unseen?
Circle of Flame, probably.
Alright, Circle of Flame sounds
Yeah.
dope as shit.
Circle of Flame is the second one?
Don't you love how I read it and it just like slowly goes like, yeah, that's good. That makes perfect
That's
sense.
the Antiquarians, yeah.
Yeah, the Antiquarians. Alright, so you guys move into 6 Towers, making that your stomping ground.
Can we pay off multiple clans?
Theoretically, yes.
Do we have the money for that?
No, not currently. Now, I will say you can't just throw money at people to just increase their rep, because that makes it a little too easy, because it's really easy to make gold in this game, so at that point you could just throw like 1 or 2 coin at someone to make them go from I want to murder you to, oh, we're best friends now. So in that sense, it can't be too video gamey. But I will say anyone at 0 rep, if you give them gold, I'll allow it to go up to +1 and stop there. So it's not too video gamey. Basically, you know, you piss someone off to the point where they want to murder you, and then by giving them 3 gold, which you can easily get in one heist, they go, oh, we're best friends again. That's silly.
I mean, if I've pissed them off, I don't really want to befriend them.
Fair enough. Alrighty, so if we're scooting on over to 6 Towers, let me grab your guys's.
That ain't right.
What's what?
I went to 6 Towers and I went to something else.
What do you mean?
Is it 6 Towers?
Is it turned sideways?
Might be.
For some reason, the maps don't line up. So 6 Towers in Duskfall is going
Oh, I hate
horizontally.
this.
Yeah, and then 6 Towers is going vertically. Only because it's shaped somewhere. I don't know why they did it that way, but
Terrible.
yeah. And if I turned it, all the text would be sideways. So, wah, wah.
I hate it. I mean, the text is already sideways, partially.
Some of it is, yeah. The more prominent text is correct, but all the same. Alrighty, as the 3 of you do, we all meander on over into 6 Towers to pull off a heist. And what kind of heist are we shooting for? I heard someone say stealth.
Yeah, it
I
could
think
be a
we kinda have
sabotage
to.
or espionage or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something where Kim won't get shot.
Fair enough. Or is that by
Scratched,
ghost magic or
stabbed,
scratched or looked at the wrong
burned.
way?
or zapped.
Only shot. Everything else is fine.
Okay. She can take it.
Wow.
You'll be fine.
If I die, I will haunt you for the rest of your days. old
She'll
man.
Yeah,
steal
that's
your
what I
body.
want. I have a spirit bottle. I'll put you in a bottle.
I said haunt you every waking chance I get.
I mean, you could probably make bottled Kim and sell it to her boyfriend.
Oh. You could rent her out.
Monster.
I have a lightning hook and 2 spirit bottles, so I can catch ghosts.
Well, time to help you catch 2 ghosts.
What do you mean? What is always saved for you?
Is the other one for Desmond?
Maybe.
I don't know how I feel about that, old man.
We're friends forever.
Okay.
I do hope you bought a extra large bottle for me.
Yeah.
Shit. I'll have to get a new one.
Oh no.
Alrighty. As we meander on in, what's the plan? As we sort of look about.
I mean, I guess if we do this, we gotta first start by paying off the what's-its, right?
Indeed.
I mean, we already lost 1 gold from our crew, I think.
Yes, I've already subtracted for you.
Yes. Did we want to pay extra for whatever reason?
I mean, considering this is our starting base of operations, I figured, yeah, we'd want to.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did believe I said to give them 2 adds 1 paragraph, so yeah, I've already added that.
So we've already paid or no?
You've already paid. I've added them the Circle of Flame. I've added them to your factions tab, and they are at 1. Meaning they like you a little bit.
Only a little bit, though.
Only a little bit.
Better than not at all.
Indeed. Is this the correct one? Yes, this is the correct one. Yeah, so their area is the Centralia Club. Where that
Oh.
is. Oh, that sounds very very fancy, wherever that may be.
Is it
Is that-
actually? I was gonna ask what it is because it's in the luxury spots. Is it like dancing or a bar or something else?
I would assume it's a mixture between the two. Is it actually located here? I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Oh well, doesn't matter. It is located here all the same.
It's somewhere.
It is somewhere.
I mean, it is well hidden.
It's very well hidden. Kim can use her senses to sneak it out. And their enemies are the Hive and the Silver Nails. I will also say this probably reveals a little too much information about the factions. This does say some secrets. One of the 7's actually a demon in disguise. Well, does it just say 1?
Is that my best friend?
Possibly. So yes, we can say that you guys have already paid them off, which essentially gives you guys full ability to stomp around here.
I don't see any buildings marked.
What do you mean?
I mean, I see like 4 highlights, but that's it.
Yeah, so those are the ones that are in the book. Otherwise, there's a million things here that we can essentially decide what they are. It is kind of the long and short of it.
Alright, there's Arms of the Weeping Lady. Skurlock Manor. Ruin House.
Not to be confused with Sherlock Manor.
Definitely not. Alright, so our general plan. And I'll put their summary over here in case you guys want to see it. But I'll put it kind of off the side. There. Just in case. Alright, so we're going for something sneaky. Are we stealing from a group? Are we stealing from just some nobody? Are you
Probably
stealing?
just nobody for now.
Yeah, are you guys not stealing? Are you looking for something in particular?
It depends what we want to do. We could do sabotage or burglary or espionage or robbery or whatever. We did
Go
want to
ahead
do something less dangerous. So
Sure.
burglary and robbery are probably off.
That's fair. And then when we decide to do that, one of the first things you do is a gather information roll, and you guys get an extra die because this is your stomping grounds. That will help a little bit. And then when we switch over to downtime, you guys will have 1 more of those.
You know what? Since Kim got hurt, she can decide what we're doing.
Sure, that makes sense. So what are you feeling?
I'm leaning towards espionage,
Okay.
but
So,
we
Obtaining
need a
secret
target.
information by covert or clandestine means. Are you getting this information for yourself or for another plan?
That's the question.
Okay. I will say,
Did we come here for a reason, or might we just want to know stuff about the area?
totally up to you. If you want to help the Circle of the Flame, like I mentioned, there.
I was about to say, we just befriended the Circle of the Flame, so
Mhm.
maybe we could do some espionage on their enemies.
Yep. And then on the map, to make it easier for you guys, I added it as red just so it sticks out. And
Goes to her neck. It's not that bad.
it's bigger. So you can click on it's actually covered on your screen, babe, but you should be able to see it right there. There you go.
Oh, this?
The big red one, yeah. The big red one is the summary of 6 towers. You click on that, then you click on Circle of Flame. Near the bottom, in case you're wondering, it says the Hive and the Silver Nails are their enemies in Virginia.
It doesn't say that.
If you open it.
I did open it.
Oh, that's hidden information. Ooh, never mind. What I said about the whole spoilers thing, don't pay
doesn't
me any
exist.
mind. It only shows it to me. You can do that. You can have sections be GM only.
Apparently.
Oh, pretend I didn't
You're-
say the whole thing about the demon then.
You are welcome for this discussion, my love.
Yeah,
Discovery.
thanks. So basically, if y'all want to poke one of those guys,
Who again?
The Cycle of Flames.
open up the thing and you tell me.
Stoical.
Oh shit, it's not in there. Damn it. Okay.
That's also hidden
Open up the thing!
information.
Oh, wait, it's not there.
The Hive. So this is all public information, and the Silver Nails. For the
Alright,
most part,
it's
we
gonna
know...
take me a couple of weeks to get a grasp on these Windows Hub.
That's fine. Like I said, for the most part, I'm trying to keep all the information very easy to get to.
Oh
If for any
my
reason it's not,
God.
just let me know.
I vote the
This
Silver
window
Nails.
has windows.
Yes.
With windows in the windows.
All right. So
I like their name. I vote the Silver Nails.
Yeah,
you
sure.
like their names, so you want to attack them.
We're doing espionage. That's not attacking. if
I
we
mean,
need to blackmail them to get them on our side, then that works.
it's a type of attacking.
Effectively the same thing.
All right, fine. We'll start with the Hive then.
Okay.
The Hive sounds lame.
The Hive is a
Sounds
tier
buggery.
4 crew.
Let's
So-
not do that.
Maybe not.
Either of them are
Unless you
pokeable.
want to die.
Is-
Sorry, what?
The Hive is tier 4, and the Silver Nails are tier 3. So both of them are pokeable if you wish. It'll just be difficult, and we won't obviously go into their main abode. We'll essentially go somewhere that is abode adjacent, maybe to one of their, side locations, one that's not as well defended, which will make it easier for you guys. And keep in mind the whole distinction between tier, like I mentioned here. Their defenses might be tier 4, right? But their scale might not be. So maybe they only have 10 people. Or the opposite. Maybe their defenses are horrible, but they have like 50, 60 people, so they don't really care about defenses, because if you get in, they'll just kill you anyway. So it's not all of their stats, quote unquote, are tier 4, tier 3, whatever it may be. It is a sliding scale amongst multiple things. They could have 50 people that all have forks for weapons. They could have 5 dudes that all have like blessed blades of demonology and shit. So
Oh yes, that sounds nice.
exactly, yeah. And it's a sliding scale for basically everything. So to make your guys' decisions easy, you guys can poke either one, and we'll just say we're going to one of their lower tier affiliates, and I'll just let you
Probably.
guys choose. You
I mean,
said
we
the
are
Silver Nails
arcties
sound cool, so
in
we
the
can
end.
poke them.
We could try finding one of their supposedly hidden safe houses or something.
Yeah, but basically that.
Sell that information to the Circle of Flames, whatever.
Essentially. And fortunately, you guys have actually had that solidified down. Alright, they have no centralized HQ, so the Hive is everywhere. Oh, we want the Hive. Sorry, we want the Silver. My bad, sorry. Their turf is everywhere as well, basically.
Okay.
Yes. A company of the Severosi mercenaries who fought for the Empire in the Unity War. They are renowned ghost killers. That sounds dope.
A ghost?
They're ghost killers?
Indeed.
The Silver Nails are?
Indeed.
Alright, so find a place where there's fewer ghosts.
I don't like them already.
How dare.
Well, there you go. Alright, so essentially we're trying to look for information, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. So we're going to basically try to break into and or look around to find information to sell to our boys. Hopefully they pay well. We'll say, in general, this will be a lower tier mission. Just because it is so incredibly simple. And we'll start with you guys gathering information. And that is just the general gather information roll. So we make an action or a fortune roll using an action rating. So fortune roll is just roll dice. It just roll d6s. If you want to use one of your actions, we can do that instead. So basically everything will start with that. So when we do a gather information roll, if you crit, you get exceptional details, complete information, follow-ups, reveal related information. You get more than you expected. If you roll a 4 to a 6, you'll get good details, and you can ask me a few questions. If you roll a 1 to a 3, basically I tell you almost nothing. And that is our gather information roll. So if you guys have a skill or an ability that will assist in this, we can roll that, or we'll just roll the fate dice.
I mean, I get a +1 to my concert roll, so if I use that to gather information, I'm not sure if that's... I still can't remember how it works exactly, but yeah.
Well, considering we're in the gather information phase, I would say, hell yeah. I don't see why not. So we can basically use your consort.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can say we can use your consort stat. So because you get +1, that'll be roll consort +1, but because we're in our hunting grounds, add another +1. So you would roll consort +2 dice, Desmond. And we will say we're using essentially Desmond's leading ability to help us gather information on this. I don't know if I want to call it a heist with a score. Where precisely are you looking, Desmond? Where are you looking around?
I would probably say ask my ghost experts where there are fewer ghosts, or where the ghosts don't want to go, because apparently these guys kill ghosts.
Fair enough.
That is a good idea. Alright, I know how to talk to ghosts. I don't know if I know where to find them, per se.
I mean, you can talk to ghosts and ask them where they don't dare go.
That's true. Can I find one just passing by? Like, can they be seen, or no?
They can be seen, but it would only be areas where they have high concentrations of occult influence, and fortunately for you guys, this place does indeed have that very thing. Now, ghosts are dangerous. There are various types of ghosts. It kind of goes over it in the book, which I can definitely look up. But essentially, they fall into various categories. One of them being incredibly violent, don't touch them. One of them being basically just, what's the phrase? Disposit or whatever, where they essentially just repeat the same action over and over and over, and you can't really talk to them. And others are somewhat willing to work with you. But for the most part, ghosts are...
Tell the difference by looking at them?
Not really. They're dangerous.
Ogre might be able to tell the difference by licking them.
Right.
I was gonna say I started licking there, looking for ghosts.
If you guys have an ability, yes. Otherwise, ghosts are something you do not want to mess with. There's a reason why we kill them. There's a reason why they are removed in the way that they are. They are incredibly dangerous, which is why the second you guys started talking to one, it immediately tried to kill you. They are completely unhinged for the most part.
Did he try to kill us?
He tried strangling both of you, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, in that regard, it's probably best if you stay away from this. Unless we can find a passive ghost.
Yeah, that's true.
Put on my spirit mask and start walking around.
Also, for the gather information roll, technically only one of you needs to do this, unless you guys all want to contribute in different ways. Then you can say exactly what you're looking for. Otherwise, as a group, you guys can roll this gather information roll. So realistically, Desmond, you can just roll...
probably the best bet for this, yeah.
Yeah, so you can roll consort and then add +2 dice and just roll it exactly as is. There's no position or effect or anything with this. It's just roll and then basically see what you get. And then after that, yay! All right, 6. Absolutely gorgeous. So for that effectively means you get good details with clarifying follow-up questions. All right, what exactly were you looking for? Are you trying to find an area with fewer ghosts, effectively? Where less ghosts are, or...
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Trying to figure out where they, or where the silver nail most likely resides.
Sure. We'll say you look around and you ask some questions to kind of, do what you do, rub elbows with the right people, Desmond, and you hear some rumors, you hear some whispers and such, and you believe that. Is that mod active? It is. Alright. Down near the south area, the little touchy finger, down near the south of Six Towers, you've heard near the South Mist Shore, near Yellow Moon Street.
I hate this because the south is here.
I know, right?
Technically.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll use it in reference to this actual map location.
Yellow moon.
Yeah, right over here.
Oh, that's a Y, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a T when you're zoomed out.
Could be Telemoon.
It looks like a T zoomed in.
Oh,
Looks like a T
True.
zoomed in. You know what? Maybe it's Telemoon. I don't know. I can't tell you how they name shit.
I mean, yellow moon makes way more sense.
Yellow Moon makes a lot more sense.
Especially right across from red fog.
Yeah, it does. Just name things after Blue Dog Street. You've heard that I won't say there's an outbreak of ghosts, but there used to be more in the area. Particularly one that was essentially always trying to haggle his wares. He was trying to sell various mushrooms and such, specifically mushrooms that they found in the canal, which is fairly common. But this certain individual would just be doing this every single day, different times of the day. But they appeared fairly consistently. And you found, Desmond, with asking a few people, folk tend to usually move around and not pay any mind to ghosts. As Kim and Ogre discovered, they can be quite dangerous. I assume Ogre would be very familiar with this, looking at his hair and his general just constant expression. He
He's
knows.
25, by the way.
What? Seriously?
Now I feel bad.
Okay.
I thought about making him young. To be
Okay.
honest.
I mean, it's all on you, bud.
A young
you-
old man.
you
You
do
know what?
whatever
He's
you want.
25 now.
No!
Okay.
I was already thinking about doing that.
Somewhat unfortunate, but it's all good. But yes.
Turns
So-
out being perpetually scared is bad for your health.
Yeah.
Basically, there used to be a goat there in tall rubber ghost in tall rubber work boots that was selling his wares. There's various canal mushrooms. But as of recent, people haven't seen him, and he's been here for months. You heard a few other rumors of other folk that have seen other various ghosts. But this one story, Desmond, keeps popping up over and over and over. It leads you to believe that they might be active in the area. They being the clan that you're currently living with.
Alright, I guess we'll stake that out.
Okay. Moving on over to the general area. Oops, I just warped you off the map, didn't I? Yep. I love it.
It's
I-
we both moved it at the same time. And
Yeah,
apparently
whenever that happens, it treats
compounds.
you, yeah, it treats you like a what's it called, a railgun.
Both movements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if I move it to the right and you move it to the left, does it stay?
Let go in 3, 2, 1, go.
It does.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. I was say if I give a token control to everybody and we all pull in different directions, it'll just explode.
Probably.
If Foundry just crashes. Anyway. So you guys begin to... what? You tell me what you guys do after you hear this.
Like, are there any identifying marks of the silver nail? Do they have like a crest or something?
Traditionally, they
Emblem.
would for... Yeah, traditionally they definitely would for locations where they've stamped out their ground. But looking about this area, there's nothing that's instantly apparent and obvious to you guys. From what you gather, this is not their standard stomping grounds.
They're branching out uninvited.
You get the feeling that's the case.
Oh my.
And as you guys know, considering you just paid, you know that moving into certain locations uninvited is not necessarily the best idea, unless you want to shed some blood.
I guess we'll find out exactly where they're moving in.
Are you guys asking around,
Some
you talking to
solid proof.
people, or
That seems like a really bad idea, honestly.
what does?
just casually asking around.
Yeah.
Well, so you guys basically tell me how you would go about doing this. It's essentially precisely like, just as you said, who you would ask and how you would ask them, so you don't just walk up and say, "Hi, do you know any sailors?" Have you seen any sailors?
I guess we try following some people that we know are associated with the clan.
Okay.
I thought that's probably something more Kim's ballpark.
Sure. So if you all want to look around and attempt to follow someone, Kim, if you want to lead this action, how would you do that? You guys are kind of currently just hanging out in Yellow Moon Street, just sort of looking about, trying to blend in.
I had the option to do a disguise kit, and I didn't take it.
Well, currently we're just gathering information, so if you want to switch out items, you're more than welcome to, unless that is a specific skill. Is that an item for your loadout?
I mean, there's
It's
a
probably
skill
loadout,
for it,
yeah.
but it is also an item loadout.
Okay. I mean, really, like I said, realistically, if you want that to be an item you have on you, you can pop something out, pop something in. You probably don't need your sword cane. Put it that way.
Probably
so-
not.
Not yet.
Well, yeah. What's the disguise kit do for you exactly?
Let me see. Find disguise kit. Theatrical makeup kit equipped with an impressive array of expert appliances to fool the eye. The fine quality of this kit may increase the effect of your deception actions when you use it.
Okay. So are you attempting to walk up to people and ask them questions, or are you just sneaking about trying to make sure no one notices you?
Both?
Well, those are
I
two
could help
opposite-
you out with some
Yeah, those are two opposite actions.
identity
So.
cards. I
mean,
can
what-
supply ID cards, or if you want to have a badge for a detective agency or something to make it more official, I can supply that for you. Damn it, I keep removing shit. I hate this thing. Why is the button so big?
I
Alright,
don't know why you
but-
can't lock it.
How would that benefit us?
I swear there's a lock button somewhere in this character sheet.
I mean, you could also just try to stalk someone, I guess.
That works too.
So am I stalking a target? Like we have a target?
Well, currently you guys are just walking around. You're not entirely sure. So the options obviously are to... obviously standing around and waiting isn't going to do anything. So you guys need to actively look for someone, actively talk to people, whether you're using your silver tongue or you're trying to do something else. You tell me.
I'm not very good at this type of stuff.
I mean, first of all, we're gonna have to find out at least someone that we know is associated with the Silver Nail.
And realistically, asking around and...
Would it be best to try and maybe pretend I want to join the Silver Nails?
That'd be fine. Realistically, you can do that however you wish. However makes the most sense to you.
Sure.
Alright, well in that case I'll definitely disguise myself as not me.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then...
And since they're normally kind of everywhere, and they're not normally in Yellow Moon Street, we don't need to hop maps or anything. But of course, if you want, you're more than welcome to, hop somewhere else and try to figure out precisely, where they are and who you're talking to. So you can say, "Oh, I go to this district and I ask around there." You can totally do that if you want. So you don't look suspicious, obviously. I know you're worried about that. Just like, "Hi, are there any silver nails here? Hello, fellow kids."
I mean,
Anyone wanna
do we
spill
know
information?
any place where the Silver Nails do hang out?
Yes. Normally, their turf is a large inn called the Mustang.
And where?
Is that widely known or widely known?
Yes.
Sorry, minimally known if you are enemies with them.
That is widely known. Everyone knows that. So
where
everyone's
exactly is
their,
that?
their primary location is known to everybody. That is question. No idea. Sorry. For some reason, it doesn't say. It just says large and called the Mustang.
Alright.
This really
Okay.
makes me want to go in and edit the map. Damn it.
The thing is, it definitely exists on one of these maps. I don't want to say the wrong place, and then to just have it warp from Coleridge to Dunslow the next day. So it's 100% one of these locations.
All right, so I disguise myself. I can go to the inn to start
Mhm.
gathering information.
Okay.
What should I ask?
You said you're trying to join.
I mean, would that do our goal?
I mean, eventually they might send you to a place here, but it might take a while, is the issue.
Yeah, I was about to say, do I actually want to join?
Maybe it's easier if we just like stake out the place and try to follow random people.
That works too.
That could work.
So there's a plan to follow some folk
Yes.
Basically.
by yourself or as a group.
I mean, stalking in a group is dangerous by itself, so
Mhm. Keep in mind the way that works is you all roll together. So
It's unintuitively advantageous. Weirdly enough.
I actually love how this game is very clear on how teamwork works. So I don't have to go, oh, I don't know, maybe this. It's like it's very clear. If you're helping someone do this, if
Actually,
you're doing it
yeah,
together, do this. I love that. It's great.
we could just write it off as like we have different positions, so we don't all follow at the same time.
Essentially, if you're all there, though, that would definitely be leading the group action and Kim leading the way.
sure.
Okay, that will require
Prowl.
a roll.
Can I extend my disguise kit to the guys?
Is it a
Potentially.
disguise kit or is it a?
I mean, my find cover identity just says that I can get my hands on, well, like ID cards or false relationship and proof of that. It doesn't specify that I only have one kit, basically.
Sure, yeah, because you guys are prepared. I don't see why not.
I added it to my thing if you want to look at it, Hub.
Okay. Yes, it does.
It's just a kit.
So the answer is yes.
So this random person will run into two very Desmond-looking people, except one is wearing a black suit.
Which one's the black suit?
Just Desmond wearing a black suit.
Oh, okay. That's your disguise?
That's his disguise.
He's on first white suit.
All right.
How else are you gonna disguise my passive frame?
The old man, I'm gonna make him look like he's actually 25.
Black is slimming, so
How
there's
do
no
you
way
even
it's
do that?
She's very good.
With a lot of makeup.
She's very good.
And I'm gonna
I
make
mean-
myself look more manly.
You literally like just dye his hair and suddenly he looks young and handsome.
I mean, that's half it, yes.
And that will require a roll. And I assume you're going for prowl, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody roll prowl.
I need to roll disadvantage. How do I do that again? Just roll twice?
Roll twice. Well, no, you roll once. It rolls for you. So you just roll prowl, and it will do the math for you.
Actually, do we get like a +1 for the area we're in, or is it just for the other one?
No. So it's only +2 the initial roll. That's it. Not to actions. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All that means is, Kim, you take 1 stress, and you guys have a partial success. So you do it, but there is a consequence. So you either suffer harm, doesn't make any sense, a complication, reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. Which is all this nonsense here.
Those all sound bad.
Bingo. That's how it goes.
You guys suck.
Well, this is your roll. You rolled the highest. You and Ogre. So go ahead and add 1 stress, Kim, and then
I already did.
Okay, just double checking.
Do not add another one.
Do not add another one.
Slut.
I won't. I'm making sure you're doing it. So essentially, what that means is we'll say while you're following, maybe you guys aren't necessarily as quiet as you think you
Well,
are.
Desmond is kind of bulky.
A little bulky, yeah.
Thick boy.
She
And-
just left me behind.
While you're moving about,
Also, turning the old man into a hot young man was probably a bad idea.
he's very concerning to look at, but maybe he stands out the least because they're like, that's common question mark? I don't know. Whatever. You do you. It's not gonna bother me. And as you guys are walking, you actually see the group split into two. One goes down one street, the one goes down another. Not being entirely sure which one to follow, you guys just quickly pick one. And then
How many men is it?
there's about 6, and they split 3 and 3.
Okay.
And as you guys continue to follow, you see someone turn around, looking at the 3 of you, and you realize you guys are relatively deep between a street, and as you look about, you notice that it is literally just you guys. There's no cover for anything. And a gentleman wearing suspenders looks to the 3 of you, and sort of a slight smirk. The other 2 men he's with don't draw their weapons or anything, but they just stand by his way, and they turn and approach your group. And hands in his pockets, he walks up and goes, "Anything I can do for you 3?"
We were looking for the silver nails.
He narrows his eyes and kind of looks over Ogre and Desmond and looks back to you guys. And, who's asking?
Shit. Give me a second.
That's a weird name. Your parents clearly don't like you very much.
Husband. You just asked me to come up with a boy's name on the spot. I farted.
You farted? Alright.
I brain farted.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Well, you say you look... You want to look like a boy?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm currently dressed as a man.
Okay, I thought you said you were
the
tomboy.
obvious response is saying you're Tim. Possible.
That works.
Ah! That
Tim?
works.
Oh no.
Maybe don't say your family name.
Brain farted, alright?
That's fine. Remember, you can say your alias. Not your alias, but you can just say, "Oh yeah, I'm Fogg," or like just look at a word on screen and say, Olden." Okay, sure. You know what I mean?
I need like a fake alias. I see.
Well, there's literally a sheet with like 100 names on it if you want. So.
You are Teeth.
And you can say your name or you can say an alias. What do you come up with?
Your alias is the first thing you see on your left.
On my
Other left.
All right, you turn to your left. You turn to your other left. And what do you say? See,
I go by Fox.
All right. You see a bunch of garbage, and there's an old, decayed sign of the Sprinting Fox motel. And as you say that, he kind of nods to you.
I like that how I'm Sprinting Fox.
He nods and says, "All right, Fox. My name's Wester." And looks at you there too. Are these 2 men with you?
Yeah. We heard you take care of ghosts, and I got some bones to pick.
He smirks that and nods. Says, okay. Why us in particular? Why you following us, I guess, is our primary question.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't quite sure how to approach you guys without looking alarming.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to convince him in any way you wish.
That's sway, right?
Sway would normally be it, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
It's gonna be one of those days. I did the.
Can I help her in any way?
Okay, so I forgot to say, before you roll, people can help, but you can't help after. So because I didn't say it, and we're not used to that system yet, technically, yes, you can help. If you can think of a way to offer assistance, she gets to roll an additional dice, and you take 1 stress.
Yeah. I'm basically gonna act as her bodyguard, as if she is some high or like popular person, I guess.
Okay.
Someone that doesn't want to be associated with people like them.
All right.
Hence hidden.
Sounds good. And the other thing you can do, so there's multiple things you can do. When you're helping someone, you can assist, which is you just take 1 stress and give them an extra dice. You can set them up, which is basically do a thing, which also requires a roll, to help either their effect or their position. So she rolled risky standard, which is just the standard. That's what you normally roll. Or she can be in a better position so that if you were to fail, it wouldn't be either as bad, or if you were to succeed, you'd have a better outcome. And then keep in mind, Kim, you always can say, I want to put myself in a desperate position, which automatically gives you experience when you roll. Except it's a desperate position. but your outcome would be better. So that's also something that you could have done, but considering the first 2 dice rolled up here. We'll put it this way. Because I'm just now giving you all this information, I'll let you reroll the whole thing with 3 dice, as you normally would. And I'll let you make that decision. And then Ogre, if you wish to do something to help set up Kim, who is currently Fox, you're more than welcome to do that.
I do have to pick a stress in that case, right?
Yeah, so Desmond, you would take 1 stress. So for this, Ogre, if you want to help, you don't take stress, but you do have to roll. Meaning if you fail, that's something else bad that would happen. As long as it works into the fiction of what we're doing, basically you're trying to, if you want to, of course, you're doing something to assist Kim in saying, why you guys were following him and like what you guys are doing. Basically, not reintroducing yourselves, but trying to not look super sketchy.
Honestly, I think this counts as a desperate situation too, because we're either going to get attacked
not
here
yet.
or we're going to get in,
I mean,
right?
if they had pulled a gun, probably yes, but not currently.
Yeah, so you only roll, so your roll was a partial success, so it's not a major position. Majorly horrible at least. So it puts you in a desperate position. Which I guess you guys, this position is the desperate one. So yeah, if you want to make that argument, then that's perfectly fine. That would put you up, if you wanted to a greater effect. So Kim, when you go to roll that, go ahead and add 1 die. So you roll sway, and then you add 1 dice. And then position, you can switch it to spicy.
I
And
see.
then effect, you can increase that.
Effect?
Mm-hmm.
Do I do that for all desperate situations?
No. So we'll
Only
say
when
for-
you choose to
Yeah,
make
so-
your situation more desperate, basically.
Oh, when I actively choose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you choose to, it goes up. So for example, if you were in a horrible, like I say this has no effect, and then you say, well, if I put myself in a more desperate situation, then you'll have limited effect, but at least limited effect is better than nothing. So if you're trying to like peel off something, or it's like made of metal or whatever, you're trying to like wedge in, I'm like, you can't touch this thing. It's so far above beyond you, you can't mess with it. If you guys stack enough buffs and debuffs, you guys can effectively work together and make it work. So with that, I would go say roll that. So in general, when I say do something, you say cool. If I say that requires a roll, then you tell me what you want to roll. Don't instantly roll it though, just in case someone wants to help, because once it's rolled, that's it. We can't change rolls after the fact. So that's just basically as a reminder. We're gonna ignore that last roll. Guess what? It never happened. So says the game master.
3 1s. Here we go.
All right. No, what? 3 rolls. Here we go. Not 3 1s. Damn it. Okay.
Close enough.
Well, we tried. Okay, please mark experience in that track. It should be resolved. Okay. So this is literally the worst outcome. You're going to suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you lose the opportunity for this action. So what's going to happen, Kim, is you're going to sort of explain yourself to them. Desmond, you're attempting to assist. But as you guys are explaining, maybe they're looking at Ogre and looking over you guys, and maybe your disguises aren't as good as you thought they were. And you see the guy behind Wester kind of poke him in the back, and he turns and sort of nods at him. And he looks,
You know, bad luck makes any espionage type stuff impossible.
Indeed. They look back to you. He narrows his eyes again at you, Fox, if you will.
Am I too girlish? Is that what gave it away?
Possibly. They're looking at you guys' bodies now, just in general. And as you guys are in the middle of explaining your situation, he kind of goes, da. Yeah, sorry, I'm not buying that, Fox. That's even your name. And he kind of smirks and points over to the sign he sees in the ground. Over the Fox.
Oh, what a coincidence.
His smile is less jovial now. One of the men behind Wester has his hand on his hip. You can tell he's clearly going to draw for his knife. This is more a threat than something he's instantly going to do, but they're now more on guard. And he says, I'll ask the 3 of you again. Who are you? I'm not buying the disguises.
Do we admit?
The air is tense as these 3 men look at your crew.
I suppose we could say we're another name, another
I
fake
mean,
name.
I could just try threatening them. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with that.
With what?
I'm gonna take a step forward and basically show my concealed hand pistol.
Okay.
It's best you don't ask questions. And keep moving.
The three of them kind of look at each other and like, and they smile and go, "I'm sorry, buddy. What? You're following us. We're asking the questions here. I have no idea who the three of you are. Are you really threatening me?"
What makes you think we are following you is the question.
What business do you have in this general area? I've never seen the three of you. I'm relatively tapped in. Never met the three of you before. We're all clearly wearing some sort of disguise. This is not how you normally dress. Like I can tell that. It's very clear. Let me ask you this. What business do you have down here? Huh? What are you guys doing here?
I throw a chance powder at them while they're distracted.
You want to throw trans powder?
Yeah.
Okay. That will definitely require a roll while they're looking at Desmond.
Where do I roll for that?
You tell me. I'd probably say finesse. That makes the most sense, right? You're trying to quickly pull it out and chuck it at him.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, you can push yourself and receive assistance, etc., etc., etc. Just remember.
Well, what does pushing myself do again?
It should be stated under here. Push yourself is. Did I not put it there? +1 if you push yourself. Push yourself is +1 to a roll, plus level 2 effect, cost 2 stress.
Can I assist by hiding her with my massive frame?
I'm gonna end up dying.
Considering you're leading this action, Desmond, definitely.
Sure. That's another +1.
Do I want to push myself?
You can take a devil's bargain. So, with that, you add 1 per action dot. You add 1 if you have assistance, which you do. Then you can add 1 dice if you push yourself, or if you accept devil's bargain. You gotta pick one of the two. You can't do both. So you can take a devil's bargain if you wish.
What was the last devil's bargain I took?
The last devil's bargain is you leave behind fairly obvious proof that you guys were here and receive an additional -1 to reputation with the lampblack. And for the time being, that was just a standard -1 because they were at 0. They didn't know who you guys were.
You know, the only reason I'm even considering this is because I'm feeling unlucky.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Sure, I'll take the devil's bargain.
Okay. Let's see. What should
My
that
soul
be?
is tainted.
Your soul is tainted? Nah, probably not.
I'm
I
sure
mean, my
Owen
soul
can
is tainted
fix
for
that for
taking
you.
the devil's bargain in the first place.
Wait, let's see. What is? You're throwing what at them? Trans powder?
Chance powder.
A dose of the popular drug which induces an altered mental state. The victims of this powder are not fully conscious, but rather retreat to a calm, suggestive mental state similar to hypnotism. Sounds good. Mr. Ogre, are you still conscious?
Yeah, but I don't know. Really do anything here?
Okay. I
You
will
can
say,
just assist, I guess.
Kim, if you fail this, the devil's bar. So no matter what, you would get +1, no matter what. So,
I get a +1 from Desmond helping me.
yes, you get +1 from Desmond helping you, and you're getting +1 from devil's bargain. So add that now. Don't roll, obviously. So it's +2.
Is this a desperate situation?
This is desperate, yeah. So switch it to.
At least you get XP.
Yeah, so you're getting experience for this. Don't roll just yet because the effect is standard. If you miss, this is not going to hit the enemy, but it will hit Desmond or Ogre. Now, keep in mind
I hate you so much right now.
keep in mind with Devil's Bargains, you guys can offer a change. You guys can offer your own Devil's Bargain. You could literally say, if I do this, do I get knocked out? You're more than welcome to suggest things. If you don't like mine because it's too extreme, you can say, can I do something else instead?
I would prefer to knock out Ogre because he's so
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, we'll say it flubs and hits Ogre if you fail this. All right, you did it.
Oh, we're fine.
Okay, but still mark experience. Still mark experience. Okay. So Desmond, while you are flabbergastingly, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now, moving up to these gentlemen, showing a pistol that might not actually function. Do you actually have a gun on you?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Concealed hand pistol.
Okay, just double checking. judging by your guys' general stature and your interaction so far, maybe they're not entirely sure if, you know, this is real. Maybe it's not made of plastic. There's no plastic, but you know, maybe it's a fake gun you found, or it's a broken gun you found somewhere, considering it's concealed, and you can tell they're ready to move. But as they are, Kim, you move in with your powder, and since you do it, who do you throw it at? Who do you hit? There's the one guy up front, Wester, and there's 2 guys behind him.
Do any of them look particularly more dangerous than the others?
The one that's going for his knife does look more dangerous. So the build of each gentleman is about the same. Maybe the guy with the knife is a bit, you know, bigger. Not as in like weight. He's like stockier. He's got more muscle on him. The other gentleman, it's a little difficult to make things out as it's, you know, quite dark and darker, only much darker in this alleyway, unfortunately.
Sure, I'll go for the one with the knife.
The one that's going for the knife? Okay. So you chuck it, and it soars past Wester's face. He, as he's sort of laughing at Desmond, turns as he sees this bundle of powders hurling through the air, and smack right into the face of the guy with the knife, and you just hear him cough as dust just starts to settle, and he's very clearly inhaling it. This is your only dose for the day, Kim, but what do you guys do immediately after this occurs? You got 2 people in front of you. The other guy immediately goes to draw his knife as he sees you throwing this thing. And then Wester just seems kind of confused, like, what the hell just happened?
Run or attack. We only have like 2 options.
I have another. I also have a vial of slumber essence. I can make one of them sleep.
Also, yes, this is a very clear attack on a side note. So they're not going to just... Talking is now gone. That's out the window, to be very, very clear.
Well, I think Kim needs to run either way. Because 1 hit and you lose all the healing.
Yeah, we can protect her, anything, guys.
Correct. You can protect her. Remember, that's 1 damage. If she takes stress, that's fine. But if she takes any harm, she loses the healing. So you can choose to resist it. You can only resist so many of those until you just kind of kaput. So.
Kaput.
Do you have anything to disable another guy over?
No. I have a pistol.
Run.
I can shoot him.
I mean, how many pistols does that mean we have? I have 1, you have 1, Kim has knives probably.
Yeah, I have knives. But I just went. I don't think I can throw a knife too, can I?
Problem is... maybe?
I will say that you guys can do things, but keep in mind if we're choosing to... So the exact phrasing is the guy's basically in a catatonic state, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
I think you
yeah.
can suggest things as well, right?
Yeah, they're not fully unconscious. They're in a calm, suggestible mental state similar to hypnotism, but this does not mean only you have control over him. It also means his allies can say something and do things if they realize what it is. So effectively what that means is 1 man is slowly drawing for a knife while Wester's sort of looking about. So you guys are more than welcome to, you know, go in hot if you want, but just keep in mind the quality of your weapons compared to theirs.
You call my knives bad?
Nope. Just saying.
I'm insulted.
Totally up to y'all. You can run, you can fight. It's up to you. Also, guns are loud, so...
Yeah, I was about to say, if we do guns, we're gonna have to maybe snatch one of them, like as a captive, and then dash away, but... Either way, I think we're running after that. Assuming we even want a captive.
Okay, so run or fight.
Well, it is a captive that is currently able to tell us everything we want to know.
Yes.
So what, do we grab him and run?
Potentially. I could also try to vial one of them with my sleep powder and hope the other one runs away. I mean, they'll know we're there.
Summon a ghost.
To scare them? Actually, I mean, they're ghost hunters, right?
I'm assuming the ghost can just attack them. Even if it doesn't last very long, it still helps a little bit.
Potentially, yes.
Or I roll shit and I die.
Or that. It sounds like you guys are. It sounds like you guys are leaning more towards doing something proactively rather than running away.
mean they'll chase us, so
Okay.
we kind of have to, don't we?
You can do whatever you want. Won't stop you.
Can I try throwing my knives at someone's groin again?
Is the Wesker guy still in front of me?
Wester is in front of you. The unnamed man is behind him drawing a knife. Wester looks confused. So in terms of turns and who can do what,
Is he
you guys
looking
can...
at me or did he turn around?
Wester?
Yeah.
He's like slowly turning to look at the guy that just got pelted in the face. He whatever you threw it so quickly. Kim, he didn't see what it was.
Slowly, are you slowing down time for us to think about this?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's literally about to grab a knife or something and go to kill you guys. So this is all gonna happen in like a second. So basically, whoever does something next, the enemy's instantly gonna respond.
I'm gonna pull out my vial of slumbresses and throw it in Wester's face.
Okay, that's going to be the same roll. It won't be desperate unless you want to obviously go down because this situation is somewhat more controlled. So that will just be probably finesse, I would say. You're checking somebody.
I have 0 in any of those, so yes, it will be with a desperate situation.
Okay. Is anyone assisting with this? Are you devil's bargaining or pushing yourself or anything extra?
Actually, are we already in a risky position or are we in a desperate situation?
I will say this current effect, as is exactly, Desmond, you'll be just standard risky. Only because he's currently caught off guard, so it's not currently desperate. If you make it desperate, then it'll be a desperate situation.
Then I will change it to desperate great.
Okay, so you'll have great effect, desperate position, so we'll mark experience for that. It is still 0 die you're rolling, unfortunately, so you need to push yourself or gain assistance from an ally to help with this.
I'm going to push myself regardless.
Okay, so go ahead and add 2 stress, and now you're at 1 die. And then Ogre or Kim, either of you can assist. This doesn't require a roll from you, it's just something that you're doing to help him throw this, whatever it may be.
You could just say distract him or something.
Yeah, it doesn't require a roll. Basically something simple you can say you're helping with.
Alright.
I guess I'll pull out my pistol and aim it at him like I'm gonna be a bigger threat than he is.
Okay, so you're gonna distract him with that. So Ogre, go ahead and add 1 stress, and then Desmond, you can add another die. So that should be 2 die you're rolling, plus 2 die, which is only 1 die, I believe, technically. Since you're 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless, plus 2 die, desperate position, and great effect. And I believe, right? Yeah, I believe that's all we can do.
I think so, yes.
Drop those bones, buddy.
Natural 1, here we go.
Nah. Alright, partial success. Nice. Okay, we do it.
It did actually roll 2 die.
Excellent. Good. Okay, so
right, now goes. Makes sense, because it's... Otherwise, with 0 die, it's with disadvantage, basically. Yeah, makes sense.
1 is roll 1 die, 2 is roll 2 die. Yeah, makes sense. So you do it, but there is a consequence. You suffer either severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you'll have reduced effect. We will say, because of the situation we're in, and you're throwing this, it's going to have the same effect, but the guy behind is drawing this knife at an absolute ridiculous speed, Desmond. And not only does he fully pull it from its sheath, he hurls it directly at you, and it's going to stick you in the chest. And severe harm is indeed 3 harm. So if you choose to resist this, it'll go down to 2 harm, and then you'll take damage equal to whatever you roll for the resistance roll, if you wish to resist it.
What do I roll to resist it?
So when you roll to resist it, this is a knife hurling at you, so it's going to be a prowess resist roll. You basically just click on prowess, and then whatever you roll is subtracted from 6 stress.
You making us roll the correct things?
Yes. Why?
I mean, it's going to be a shit roll for me anyway.
Yeah. So basically, if you so to resolve, oh my god, to resolve. Why keep saying the word resolve? To resist, insight would be something. No, sorry. Yeah. So insight is. I'm actually not sure what you do for insight. If I'm being entirely honest, I read it. Doesn't make much sense. Prowess is basically anything that's combat. Resolve is speaking with somebody. So basically, if you are in a debate with someone and they're absolutely destroying you, you would roll to resist with your resolve. Basically, can you mentally handle what they're throwing down? Prowess is, I think, is just the combat roll. Insight, I'm legit not sure.
So how exactly does the effect of great influence this partial success?
Oh, you mean your sleep? The item, you mean?
No. The
Because it's great effect.
I went from normal to desperate situation, so I can give myself greater effect.
Yes. Oh, no, okay. So I guess to be clear, the great effect is going to basically knock out Wester. Like you nailed him in the face.
Oh, okay. So
it's
the
going
effect
to
of the
shatter.
action, right?
Yeah, it's going to shatter, and unless one of his friends wake him up, he's actually going to be out of this entirely, just gone. So he's out of this combat encounter
For
completely.
an hour, he's sleeping around.
Yeah, unless one of them shake him, you have removed Wester from, like, you can tell, Desmond, it wasn't like the best throw. Maybe you didn't get out as quickly as you thought you would, because you kind of need to put the gun away. And you're not the most finessed individual, but you chucked it, and as he kind of turned, he maybe saw what the powder was, and you saw him go for a weapon. You're not really sure which, but as he did, your vial hurtles and just shatters against his face. You can see some of the glass like cut into his forehead and draw some blood. And very quickly he tries like wiping it off his face, but you can tell he's already inhaled it and some of it's gotten into his mouth. And he kind of like starts going woozy, but while he's doing this, you're not seeing it because a giant hunting knife is being hurtled into your chest. So this is essentially take 3 harm straight up, which is very bad. You do not want that. Or take 2 harm and stress.
Can they assist with this roll, or is it just straight up roll?
I do not believe so, but someone can technically take the harm for you if they wish. None of you are in a good position to do that, so you guys are all about the same. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but you're more than welcome to dive in the way to the knife. That's an option.
I mean, can't he resist it down to very little?
Oh yeah, no.
Take 2?
If he gets lucky, he can take literally 0.
I mean, I am rolling at disadvantage for this one.
He's
so
rolling
it's very
disadvantage.
unlikely.
He's rolling 0 dice, but if he does,
I have a better chance then.
If he rolls 2 6s, he'll reduce it. Ogre's rolling 1 die. So if Ogre wants to jump in the way and take this blade, you're more than welcome to.
Does he also get to roll resist?
So basically the way Protect works, so you suffer consequences instead of your teammate, and you can roll resist. So it's still going to be 3 damage, but if Ogre wants, he can be the one to take the hit. So it basically transfers all damage to somebody else. You want to do it?
Yeah, I have a better chance to resist it.
All right. As this massive hunting knife goes hurling through the air, it's about to strike Desmond, but Ogre jumps in the way instead, taking... Roll that beautiful bean footage, my friend. Not bad! Okay, excellent. Only mark 2 stress. But you also will have to mark 2 damage on your harm track. We'll say this is... rather than the knife like full-on sticking into your chest, we'll say it's a knife in your shoulder.
Not the shoulder.
This huge knife just sticks directly in your shoulder. You hear it just thunk and just stick into you.
I cannot imagine Desmond carrying about a knife in his shoulder.
He has a lot of shoulder.
I mean, I'm not the one that got hit, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I took it for him.
It's an ogre. Ogre, but no! And kind of jumping away.
Oh no, Grandpa!
Fortunately,
I'm 25. What do you mean?
Same age as you. You hear it just thunk in your shoulder. So currently, you guys, after this occurs, you see the guy going for another weapon, and he's starting to walk towards you guys.
Can I throw a couple of knives at his groin?
He is not messing around. Yes.
I mean, I pull out my gun again.
Okay. So Desmond, Desmond, you're going for your weapon. Kim, you are already in the process of throwing your knives. What do you want to roll for that?
Prowl.
Okay, let's see. Prowl is traditionally, I will say, because he's distracted with Ogre jumping in the way. That makes sense logically.
I mean, I'm technically backstabbing him just from the front.
Yes. So I will say that this is standard risky position, but it's going to be a limited effect. Only because he's aware of the 3 of you, but you're kind of sneaking around. So do risky position, limited effect. Keep in mind you can always, go to desperate and jump up to standard effect.
I want to desperate.
Okay, so go to
I
like how I
will
gave you guys
also...
this option and you guys are like spamming it to get experience.
I mean, it's great.
No, it's
I
great.
am assisting her by
Alright, so desperate makes it standard effect?
Correct. So you go to standard effect and you go to desperate position. Basically, that
Zero
means
dice.
basically that means while you are trying to be somewhat stealthy, you're kind of putting yourself in a shitty position. And by Desmond pulling his weapon, so Desmond go ahead and take 1 stress. He's trying to throw this guy off by pointing a gun at him, drawing attention to himself, which is going to help you, Kim. So add 1 dice to that. And if you want to push yourself, take a devil's bargain. You can add another dice. Up to you though.
Pushing yourself is great. It's only 2 stress.
Take the
No
bargain.
thanks. No, I've already taken 1 bargain. I don't want to take 2 in 2 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, the first one worked out great.
It did. I mean, if you look at our notes here, it says you get +1 dice if you push yourself, and it says devil's bargain is just this, it says bad stuff in quotations with a smiley face. What's the worst that could happen?
You know what? I missed that guy's groins the other day. I want to hit this time. Fine. Devil's bargain.
Are you devil's bargaining or pushing?
No.
I'm devil's bargaining.
You're
I
bargaining.
don't want 2 stress.
Okay.
Why
Excellent.
not? How much stress do you have right now?
2.
She only
I
gets
have 4. Come on. Easy. Good.
Yeah.
Do you know how much stress I had last time? I don't
I
want to
have
repeat
6.
that.
Yeah, but this time you're not alone.
True.
Can I take the knife out of my shoulder and throw it at him?
In a moment, yeah. That's gonna take a second to pull out, obviously.
That's fine.
I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of sad that we can't have multiple assists, I guess, but
it's for balance reasons. Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, it's so basically it's to keep teams like you guys balanced with a team with like 8 people, so 8 people don't help 1 guy. They all take 1 stress, and then he rolls like 7 dice, and you succeed literally every roll. It'd make the game.
I mean, I could also say that instead of me doing the assist, I do the setup action, and then Ogre can do the assist with his sword he pulls out of his shoulder.
Oh, you can definitely do
the
that. Yeah,
knife.
100%. Yeah, so if you want to help with other people, one of you can assist, one of you can do a setup action. The setup action does require a roll. Then after that, basically the outcome of a setup action is either +1 effect.
What do I roll for the setup action?
You tell me what you're doing, and then you need to roll for it to succeed.
Alright, do you want to try that?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
In that case, waifu gets +1 effect, so it becomes greater effect instead of normal effect. And I have to roll
something
potentially terrible.
It's fine. You're farming XP. Just go desperate situation.
True. I could do that actually.
We're just farming XP.
Effectively.
Except for me. I have not gotten any.
Sure.
Is that what we're gonna go with?
Yes.
Okay, so Ogre, you're assisting
I am going
by...
to.
How are you assisting Kim throwing these knives? Are you drawing attention to yourself by pulling this blade out, and like, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, I'm just chucking it at him, so he has to pay attention to that and dodge it.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, so you don't need to roll. So go ahead and take 1 stress. We'll just say you kind of huck the knife back at him as you pull out this trail of blood. It just like squirts a bit as you're gonna chuck this massive hunting knife back at him.
I don't take any stress from setup, right?
Correct. Setup is just roll. The downside is if you fail the roll, then something bad happens. No one can help you in your setup.
I'm just removing 1 of my stress now.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can roll whatever you want as long as it logically makes sense for the situation.
Right.
You choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with command. I'm basically gonna threaten him.
All right. Yeah. Go. Okay. So roll that first.
I'm gonna get a trauma.
And I am going to.
How close are
we
you?
are in a risky position right now, aren't we?
I think she. Here, you're keeping track on your screen. I think she brought it up to. She's a desperate position, which she took intentionally, and she's on standard effect. So you could bring that to great effect. And you, Desmond.
It went from greater effect. Why?
It's going to when Desmond helps. So I'll say, Desmond, when you're rolling on this, will just be standard risky.
I mean, I am definitely going to make it desperate. So.
Okay. So go ahead and make it desperate great effect.
You do
boy
it.
effect.
Excellent. What do you shout at him?
Drop the knife.
All right. You bellow out, drop the knife, and he actually pauses for a moment. You see him kind of shake. The absolute
that commanding tone. That's why I joined this clan.
It's that commanding tone you're able to summon up, Desmond. It legitimately shocks him for a moment. Almost as you actually feel as if he's going to listen for like just a second. Maybe some sort of old trauma is brought back from him, but you can see some fear in his eyes for just a moment as a knife kind of goes hurtling over the top of his head. Kim, this is your moment. So you have Disposition, Great Effect, and plus 2 dice?
2 dice.
And were you taking Devil's Bargain, or were you taking for the extra dice? Were you Devil's Bargaining or pushing?
I was gonna do Devil's Bargain.
Okay, so we have to decide that. That is going to be...
Is that going to give me a third dice?
No, that'll just be +2. If you doubles bargain, something will be left behind. If you fail.
I was going to leave some knives behind anyway.
Well, I'll decide. Okay. Partial success is good. Okay, so we'll say... Because the situation is so solid, we're going to reduce the effect back down to standard. Let me go ahead and move this boy in.
I aimed at his crotch, by the way.
Your what?
I aimed at his crotch.
You aimed at his crotch, by the way. Okay. Well, you did indeed
Serious
aim at his...
compilation, he doesn't have a crotch.
Yeah,
It suddenly disappeared.
Poor guy.
All right. You move on in, and while you throw your daggers at his crotch, unfortunately, one of them misses, but one does stick into his thigh. It just sticks right on in. The other one kind of hurtles off to the side a bit, and
Slow him down, that's fine.
That's even more dangerous.
it is
Major
more dangerous.
artery there.
There's a major artery there. It looks, fortunately for him, looks like you didn't strike it. The paused moment of him moving in to strike with Desmond shouting definitely caught him off guard, and the knife hurling over his head. But he looks like he wants blood. And seeing the knives come from you, Kim, he's dissuaded from attacking Desmond. Maybe he doesn't see Ogre as a threat. So his charge sort of pivots. You can tell his original target was Desmond. And now he's charging to Ogre, and he's about to reach you with his blades, when the three of you do.
Can I shoot him in the face with my pistol?
You're gonna go try to shoot him? Okay, keep in mind this will be loud.
We're gonna be running anyway.
Okay. Alright, Ogre. You draw your weapon. Unfortunately, we are at close range, which is no bueno, so I will say you are definitely desperate effect and desperate position and limited effect right off the bat.
But it's a pistol.
It is a pistol.
I mean, I could shoot it instead. My pistol is weaker, makes less sound.
I mean, if you want to.
Unless we can come up with a better plan, I guess.
You shoot him, I summon a ghost to, I don't know, slow him down or something.
Potentially. I will say, regardless, he's coming to you, Ogre, so you have to do something.
Yeah.
So, basically, the question is, are you going to avoid his next attack using one of your various skills, or are you trying to shoot him to damage him to either kill him or stop him from getting to you?
I think I have to kill him. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. I will say, just summoning up a ghost does not work like that in this world. You can't just there's a ghost, and then the ghost goes to attack him. That's not how that works in Blades. You'd have to either already have them summoned, or be somewhere where ghosts are very, very currently active, in the middle of floating around or something. You can't just I summon Ghost Boy in attack mode.
What if you summon his ghost out of his body?
Now, I will say, if we're somewhere that's incredibly high in the occult, I would allow that. Only if you fully succeed, though. No partial success. So that is entirely up to you. We can say we're somewhere where there's somewhat occult nature, but this would require a full success to actually work if you're going for the ghost method. Otherwise, you have to shoot him in the face. Totally up to you.
What do I roll to shoot him in the face?
You tell me, but standard, you would roll hunt. You can roll technically finesse. Prowess makes no sense. Sway and all those make no sense. Tinker is the act of tinkering. You're not surveying or studying, so I believe hunt is normally used for shooting people. Let me double check. You carefully track a target or attack with precise shooting. Yep. So hunt is traditionally what you would use.
Alright, I'll go hunt.
Okay. So that will be desperate position and limited effect, because he is right up in front of you. You're not sure if you
Hey, look, you get XP.
Yes, so you get experience.
True.
Yay! And remember, you mark that under insight, because that's what we are rolling. Does anyone want to help? Do you want to push yourself? Do you want to take devil's bargain?
I can't push myself or I get a trauma.
Don't do that.
Can I help?
Of course you can help. How are you helping?
I mean, rather than shooting him, can I assist by just punching him in the face?
You can try to move in to get smacking, yeah?
Can I pull out another knife and flash it in the light so it draws his eye?
Sure. For your guys' stats, who's assisting and who is... So who's assisting and who's setting up? Who basically has a higher stat in whatever you're trying to do? I guess is the question. Because one of you has to roll, one of you doesn't.
I'm trying to think how punching him in the face would work as a setup.
Yeah.
We can say that you're moving in to like physically intercept him and slow him down a bit.
I mean,
Oh,
we
I
can't
guess mine would be
we
set
can't
up because I'm
do
drawing
a
his eye.
leader group thing in this situation, can we?
Correct. Yeah, you can't do that.
Not too bad.
Right, mine would be set up because I'm trying to draw his eye.
Sure. And we can say, Desmond, you just basically try to get in the way, which will just add
Yeah,
one
I'm
stress.
gonna try to what's it called? Armbar him.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Okay, go ahead and add one stress, and Ogre add one die. And then, Kim, which action are you going for with this?
Well, if I'm just trying to draw his eye.
I will say, keep in mind, there's, like, no light in Dustbowl.
Could potentially
Oh,
do it with
none?
Tinker.
There's basically no light. You guys are in an alleyway.
So there's not like a lamppost?
There are lampposts. I'm just saying, in general, there's no sun. But yes, there are indeed lampposts and such. So you could do this. It'll just have a limited effect. And then you tell me what you want to roll.
I don't know.
Actually, do we
can
have
roll prowl.
access to?
You're doing it sneakily.
All right. Risky standard.
Yes. Okay. I will say essentially, what you're trying to do, Kim, you're unable to get it to work. And the last knife you have,
You just said the light was bad.
the light was bad. Effectively, just there's literally just no effect. To the point where maybe you move in a bad way. You won't be taking any damage from Ogre, but you've kind of put yourself maybe in not best position. And you see some folk down the alleyway behind you guys that have noticed this altercation behind you from where you guys came.
Great.
And Ogre, this will not increase your position, unfortunately, or not your position, the effect. So effectively, whatever you have now, I wish I could see what you guys are rolling. It's kind of a shame I can't. Oh well. Yeah, whatever you are rolling.
What do you mean you can't?
I can't physically see what Ogre has pulled up right now. Like I can't see his screen. His roll screen. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's fine. All right. What are your current? Yeah. So you tell me, Ogre. What's your current setup? What do you got?
Well, I'm assuming I get the +1 dice from Desmond,
Correct. Yep.
and then desperate position, limited effect,
Correct.
and then I want to take the Devil's Bargain for
Alrighty.
another one.
Alrighty. Do you have a suggestion, or want me to make something up?
Just make something up.
Alrighty. You're shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Kim, you're in a really horrible position.
Oh no, my aim's bad.
If you
My
miss,
eyesight.
you are going to miss horribly. And poor Kim's
Oh,
going to get
no.
shot in the back.
Kim dies.
Oh no.
I'm crouching down.
You have a very astute back. All right,
I'm
Ogre.
also very small and petite, you jerk.
Let's see. Hopefully, Ogre's aim is not so bad. All right, add that
Oh,
extra
it's
dice.
terrible.
Add that extra dice, my friend.
Huh.
Oh!
Nice.
Yes! Are you kidding me? Hell yeah!
I'm
Oh.
gonna call it the irony in the Devil's Bargain being 666.
Hell yeah, dude! Oh my god, 3 6s? Holy shit! There's that luck. See, I'm glad you knocked those ones out at the beginning, dude. Nice. Oh my god, what do I even do for a crit? This is the first one. All right, this is not all. Oh my god. Okay. Normally that's just exceptional, is what that is. Okay. You rolled limited effect and desperate position, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously mark that experience.
Yeah.
And we're going to jack that up to great effect. And against this fool, that's going to be 3 pips of damage. So as he charges in with this knife, Desmond, you use your mass just to get in his way, and he kind of trips up a bit. Kim, while you were moving around trying to like angle your knife and whatnot to get the light, whatever little light we have back here to bounce off it, while you did fail, maybe you bumped some trash in the process, and it kind of slid down. And as he's just focused right on you, Ogre, he's running, and you see him draw a very long knife. It's almost actually the size of a sword, and he goes to stab it directly at you. But as you fire off, the bullet looks like it's going to miss initially, it sinks into his hand as he's diving at you. And lucky for you, it bounces off a bone. You can hear a crunch as the bullet comes hurtling up and actually sticks right in the cheek and just tears a chunk out of the side of his face. The bullet fired from your weapon maybe wasn't in the best condition, but this works well for you in this really, really close encounter, quite literally. And due to all the pain, you actually see the weapon kind of turn and flip from his hand. And as you sort of move off to the side, you see him crash into the trash. But the weapon just barks, and with a quick fire, all of the folk that were looking at you guys down the street are very much now paying attention to you. You hear loud, hushed whispers, and you hear someone point, "I think something going on down there." And you guys remember that this group did indeed split into two. One of them is just tripping out in the corner, just completely in this like catatonic state, and you guys see Wester lying on his back, just completely out, and this other guy is essentially in the trash. Just like you can tell, he is in pain. He's groaning. His cheek essentially was just torn off completely from the shot, and he's trying to dig his way out.
Yeah. Grab the one.
Grab the one
is,
we can question.
Yeah, that one.
The catatonic one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys
I
quickly
just pick him up.
All right, you pick him up, Desmond, and he just kind of goes along with you. You hear him just kind of mumbling like, "Oh, loud boy, hang on face," and he just starts just like blah, 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 blah on your shoulder as you guys just start booking it down the alleyway, and you hear a loud whistle come from behind you all as you quickly turn down the left and quickly turn down the right, and you guys end up rushing, getting further and further. Fortunately for you, the man in the garbage, he's not able to get up in time, and maybe he would have normally attempted to pursue you guys, but he is absolutely down shit's creek right now. So there's no way he can get after you. You guys think you hear some footsteps behind you all, but you pause for a moment. You hear tick, 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 tick. And then as you wait, you actually hear them take the wrong turn. They go down the right turn. You guys went left. And after you wait for a moment, while this man is mumbling, fortunately the rain has picked up a bit, and there's no way they can hear anything he's saying over this rain. And temporarily, you guys think you're safe, and you guys are in the fray.
Time to go in the sewer again?
How long does the powder last? Was it an hour, or was it indeterminate?
The sleep powder lasts for an hour. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What the other one.
The trance
I don't
powder
think it said.
does not say. I will say for a reasonable amount of time until something happens to him.
mean,
I would say maybe if he's smacked out of it.
Yep. All right.
So don't jostle him too hard.
Don't jostle him too hard. You guys think you're in the free? What do you do next?
We could instead deliver this guy to the fire circle of fire, and have them question him instead.
Oh.
Works for me.
Would that make them angry though? Because we went in there uninvited. Like, are they the type of clan that would appreciate a proactive move like that?
I will say technically.
we asked that from him, all right?
Yeah, technically, your guys' move. You guys officially introduced yourself to these boys. All right, there's a lot of names in this game. My God. Okay. We'll get there. No worries. You guys officially introduce yourselves to the Circle of Flame. So they know that you guys are attempting to sort of work with them. You're attempting to not mend relations, but to assist. So they're aware that you guys are out there doing what you're doing. And you guys did pay reparations, so they're entirely... Actually, you guys paid more. So they're entirely okay with working with you. Doing this, as long as it brings no heat, they are technically okay if you were to bring him back. And realistically, this bringing him to that group could be your heist. You guys don't have to question yourself and then come back with the information. You can totally drop him off.
We also use a disguise, so
yes,
that should help.
Yes.
Yes, because I'm wearing a black suit instead of a white suit.
Well,
it completely changes the way you look.
Desmond's known for his white
it's very slimming. I actually look like super slim in the black suit.
Exactly.
I hate it.
You know, black is
You
slimming,
hate it.
so.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's entirely up to you guys. You guys can drop him off there. It might be a little difficult, so you guys will tell me how you want to get there without being seen carrying this person. You do have somewhat limited time, so I'll let you guys decide. You guys are currently chilling in an alleyway. You got this guy slung over your shoulder, Desmond, and Kim and Ogre trying to listen to any blue coats rummaging about, or maybe the rest of that gang, and the guy missing out his face now looking for y'all.
I mean, that works for me. Taking him straight there.
Okay. How are you going to get there?
It's probably not the best that you take him straight there, honestly. Like a setup like this area had like a lot of like defunct area, right?
Yes.
You
Could
mean
set up like a
like take a
third party
winding path?
house. Set up like a third house or something, and ask them to come over to interrogate him, so that nobody gets.
yeah.
Oh, you did say there's a lot of abandoned houses here, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of set him up in an abandoned house and then tell them to come pick him up, or?
I mean, they can either interrogate him there or do with him what as they please, basically.
I mean, I kind of want to see the interrogation, so
Okay, sure. Sounds
Sure.
like a plan.
unless they say no, go away. But
We'll say, yeah. We'll say Desmond brings him there and gets him set up. Which of you are going to the crew and telling him, hey, we got your guy?
I'll go.
You head on over to where you met the other member from the Circle of Flame. And what do you tell them, Kim?
Am I still dressed as Fox?
Are you?
I mean, that was just a name to not say your actual name, right?
But I'm dressed. I disguised myself. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's full on makeup, but I've had time to remove it.
You've had definitely some time. We can say realistically, people don't tend to really pay too much attention to a lot of folk here, just because they're too busy trying to do their own lives and get done what they want to get done. So realistically, you could just be walking through town, just wiping shit up your face, and for the most part, they're not going to pay you any mind.
How far is the safe house from where we were with the silver nails?
It's a ways off, maybe back streets, 15 minutes. If you try going with the long way, maybe 20, 30. If you go for more of a jog and get there a bit quicker.
Kim is the type to go over the rooftops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll wipe some of the makeup off as I walk along, but it's makeup. It's not gonna all come off.
Okay. So you head over to their abode, if you will, and there are various guards stationed up front. And they kind of give you a weird look as you look incredibly disheveled, understandably.
I'll consider myself. This is Kim. I had a disguise on earlier, so sorry if I look a little odd.
They look at each other like this, Kim, and they go, "All right."
I just talked to your boss the other day.
Kind of get a slow nod. Oh, you're the new crewman in town, eh?
Yeah,
Ah, right.
the Twilight Triad. That's me.
Gotcha. They kind of wink. What can I do for you, Kim?
Well, we stumbled across capturing a member of the Silver Nails and wanted to know if you'd be interested in interrogating him.
They look at each other and look to you and go, "Yes." Is he in one piece?
Yep, he's in a trance.
Where is he located?
In a house over on whatever street.
All right. This is not far from here. And is someone guarding it? Are we headed there? Or?
My other two men are still there.
Gotcha. Wow, this is a bit out of nowhere. Thank you, Kim. We do appreciate it. We'll send someone that way.
Do you have an estimated arrival? I'm not sure how long the transpouter will last.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a problem. Just keep him quiet. Wrap him up a bit. We'll take care of him.
All right.
Just keep him quiet.
I'll let my team know.
All right, thank you. One of them goes inside, and
My phone goes off. Dun, 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 dun.
the doors close behind him, and you're left out in the cold as they kind of expect you just to head on back, and they'll meet you there as you did describe where it was. They know the streets pretty well.
Yeah, I'll head back.
On your way back, Ogre, what are you doing about the seeping wound in your shoulder?
I guess just wrap it up for now.
All right.
Just keep some pressure on it.
As you're wrapping up and keeping pressure on this wound, the guy's just, the guy was, as it oozes, man, he's just squirting everywhere. He's looking at you, Ogre. You're silly looking dude with your hair, aren't you? Kind of cute, kind of weird, kind of like you. And he's very clearly out of it. You guys are wondering where Kim is.
Can I pick up lunch on the way back?
Oh my god. Yeah, what do you want?
I mean, for everyone.
For everyone. Okay. Yes, you definitely can. You're able to swing by a purveyor. They have...
I want some chicken for the big guy. What's
Okay.
what's the old man like?
Food.
Rats,
I'll
apparently.
I'll pick up whatever looks the oddest on the menu.
Okay.
For
Perfect.
Ogre.
Sure. There is sort of a some to-go salesman purveying about various alleyways and whatnot on your way back there. You ask for chicken, and they kind of laugh at you because they're like, haha, sure, chicken. And then they kind of prepare something for you. It's all wrapped in like newspaper. It's some mystery meat with other things mixed in it.
So
Slammed
not-
between two
not
slices of
chicken?
probably stale bread, but they're not chicken. Farm animals are very expensive in Dust Bowl.
Well,
Which is why it's a luxury food.
Yeah, it's luxury food. it's probably rat or
does
rat
that mean I can get a
adjacent.
salad real cheap?
Probably not. No. On the
I
200
mean,
salad being
the
made
sun
of
also doesn't exist, so greens don't grow.
yeah. If you want your salad to be made of mysterious river plants, then sure.
Ooh,
Seaweed?
Yeah, like sea. Well, see, the problem is the ocean's
Is
also
sushi a thing here?
potentially, except I wouldn't want to go anywhere near the ocean because the water here is like inky black.
Wait,
there's a
okay,
river,
hold
right?
up, hold up. Then what do we eat? Like potatoes and stuff?
Yeah, potatoes. You eat various mushrooms and such that grow in like the canals and whatnot. There's
And
actually
rats.
literally a list of things you eat in this world.
Can I see this
There's
list,
rats
please?
on there?
Yeah, no, yeah, rats are on that list. Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, so do the rivers not have any fish at all?
I think there are some fish, but to my knowledge, I think all the fish are gone. I need to double check. Let me actually say.
You know, we can make a little chicken coop in our like a corner of the train,
Yeah, shit. I will say shit's
or maybe right outside.
shit's pretty brutal here.
I guess
Okay.
it really is dystopian Britain.
No,
Britain.
it's
No
straight up like
fish.
dystopian Britain. Yeah. Okay, so what is there to eat in Dust Bowl? Mushroom gardens are everywhere, from the poverty-stricken apartment dwellers' closet planter to the wealthy aristocrats' cultivated drawing room. Leavings to feed the mushrooms can be purchased on the third of the street corners in Duskwall, sold by enterprising urchins. Finer materials sold in various specialty shops. Rich fertilizer seldom smells great, but that's why sealable garden cans are fashionable. Centipedes and other vermin are often attracted to these gardens. If caught, they provide much-needed variety to the diet. So, centipedes and other vermins are eaten pretty commonly by the common folk. And mushrooms. There's a lot more to this, but yeah.
I will
mean,
take a
that's not-
mushroom salad then.
Sorry.
Desmond isn't the one to shy away from eating bugs, honestly.
Canal weeds, water moss, and algae are collected by city authorities. So the city authorities yoink the stuff before we can, usually. Mushrooms and such. Let's see. Usually they're caps, stems, centipedes, grubs, worms, and rat meat are sold raw, but sometimes they are finished into loaves, stews, or pies. Whatever is left
Your
tends
rat
to be
pie?
baked into a surprise loaf, or tossed into a stew pot, then taken to the almshouse. So yeah,
Get me some centipede kebabs.
basically.
All right, I will get a couple of centipede kebabs, a rat pie, and a mushroom salad.
Okay,
Hell
they
yeah.
they quickly whip that up for you. And as you're walking by, someone's like, "Oh, they got fresh rat today. Oh man, I missed out."
They still got some left.
Oh, well, shit.
You better hurry though; they're almost out.
I'll take a rat pie. And the guy's like, "We're out of rat, buddy. She took the last one." He's like, "God damn it again!" And he kind of walks off.
Whoops.
You begin to head back to where you know they're keeping this individual, Kim. Desmond Ogre, you notice that he's less loopy and starting to kind of wake up.
Uh-oh.
Before he wakes up, I would probably try to ask him some questions.
Sure. What are you asking?
So what were you doing in South Mistshore?
I was. You're talking to people, we're hanging out, getting some drinks.
Drinks? What kind of drinks?
Alcohol.
Making your own?
Mead? No. I mean, not there. No.
Oh. So what's the sudden interest in that place?
Talking to someone, trying to get some information for. Where am I?
Where am I?
He starts like looking around, and he goes to scratch his face, but he can't because he's tied down. He's like, his chair's really uncomfortable.
Yes, the chair is really uncomfortable, isn't it?
Oh, at least I have a chair and you don't. Stupid, big fatty boy, man.
No, I could sit on you.
Oh, alright. Yeah, you could. I'd probably die.
Probably. So was Rama a name or was that? Did I mishear that?
You misheard it. He said, "Where am I?"
Ah.
He's kind of just like looking around. His eyes are very unfocused as he's just like. He's like trying to focus, but he's very clearly still out of it.
If I can get anything sensible out of him, I would probably try. Otherwise, as he starts getting more lucid, I'll probably tie his mouth as well, gag
Okay.
him basically.
Before you have to
Blindfold
tie his
him.
mouth, he does sort of let slip that they were speaking with somebody, and you kind of keep asking, like, can I get a name? And he actually can't give you a name, probably because he legitimately doesn't know. But with that, you learn that they are trying to spread into other areas, wink that, they're not invited to. Start a party, if you will. That's kind of what he was saying. But he gets real, just kind of, you can tell he's coming down from the drug. Meaning he's less lucid, less willing to answer, and also just like super out of it. If anything, he starts kind of shouting just random words, not like "Hey, help me," but just he starts talking too loud, and that forces you basically to tie his mouth shut.
Yeah, and also blindfold him.
Okay.
Put him in a corner in a closet, basically.
Sure, yeah, definitely. And as you do that, you sort of hear a rapping on the wooden frame of this building on the outside.
Does the door have a keel?
The door is the door, if you want to call it that, is like hanging on its hinge. This is
Sure,
more of a
I'll
polite.
look through.
It's more of a
I'll
polite
look through
rap.
one of the open edges of the door, basically. As
Okay.
we go on.
Yeah, you guys are essentially in like the second room of this building, if you will, and past the first room is where the entrance, the primary door is. And as you guys are
Who's
kind of hanging about, you hear this rap and it echoes through both rooms. Looking around the corner, you see an individual, female, lit by a dull, somewhat flickering streetlight. It's not Kim, it's someone else. And they give you sort of a quick wave as they begin to slowly.
Someone beat me back?
Yes, they begin to
Wow.
It's
slowly.
because you went to buy dinner now.
I thought you guys would be hungry.
Yeah, it's fine.
They begin to slowly
But
walk
I am asking who's there, basically.
into the room, and she says, "I heard a new group called and left us a little present here."
You're from the inner circle of fire, then?
She nods. Naria, as she walks up to you and extends her hand.
I'll take the hand and... Is Desmond the kind to kiss the hand, is the question.
Is he? She looks clean, so you don't have to worry about that. She just crawled through a gutter.
Nah, probably not.
Okay, fair enough.
You just like the polite handshake.
Excellent. Very polite. She.
Introduction.
Where's Ogre standing? Mr. Ogre.
There.
He
What?
was taken by the birds again.
no.
As she's shaking Desmond's hand, what are you doing, Ogre? Where are you in this room?
I'm just sitting in the corner, sad because my shoulder hurts.
Okay. She smiles to you, Desmond, and quickly turns and looks at both the man tied up and then a bloody dude in the corner, and she slowly turns her head back to you, Desmond, and says, "Which one did you capture?"
I'll give
I
her
knew
a
that was
smile.
coming.
I'm assuming it's the one in the chair.
Quite.
Right. And the one dying in the corner is one of your compatriots?
Yes. He took a metaphorical bullet for me. It was more of a knife, honestly.
Understood. Well, if the two of you are just about done here, we'll take him into question.
Yes. I think he slipped out of his stupor by now, but he did indeed, well, suggest that your suspicions were correct and they're trying to expand, which was the agreed upon, well, task, I guess.
She smiles. Indeed. We had a feeling those bastards were slinking about in the darkness. She wiggles around in a pouch, and she's kind of humming to herself. She's kind of and she sort of opens up her cloak and then pulls out two fairly hefty bags and presents them to you, Desmond. This should serve as your payment.
Thank you.
She nods. This is 2 total coin. You can add that just to Desmond's inventory. We can mess with it later. And she looks to the individual. She kind of smiles a bit. Maybe she knows him. You're not entirely sure. And she says, "Well, if that is all, then it's been a pleasure doing business with you, Desmond. Corner man." We'll take him in. And thank your friend, by the way. What?
Looks like Ogre is dead.
Oh, shame.
We'll find another. It's fine.
We'll find another.
I didn't hear a bell go off, so I assume he's currently still alive. All the same, we'll see. Anyway, you two may, or one, regardless, you may go. And she sort of begins to, she's not untying him, she's sort of checking him out, making sure he doesn't have any weapons on him. She knows he'll come out of the stupor soon. And as she turns to you, she just lets you know that there are other people on the way to pick him up and bring him somewhere.
We'll be around for a bit while we're still waiting for our compatriot.
And not too long after you say that, she doesn't really seem to mind. You guys see Kim in the doorway, holding something.
Wow, that was fast. You beat me here.
The woman at the chair turns to you and just kind of gives you a quick wave.
Hi, what's your name?
I smell food.
She's clearly working on this guy, and she slowly turns back to you and goes, "I'm Naria."
Naria. I'm what's my name? Kim. Nice to meet you. And I'll hand the kebabs.
Oh,
to-
Desmond already took them.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The
And then
moment you stepped in, he smelled them and took them.
I'll bring the rat pie over to
You hear
the-
audible crunching behind you.
the nearly dead guy.
Does Ogre wake upon being presented with food?
Maybe.
Oh, here we go.
He will as soon as I poke his wounds, because I'm going to poke his wounds to see if they're okay.
Why?
Oh, he's not dead. Wonderful.
Not yet.
Look, Ogre, I brought you rat pie.
I eat the whole thing.
You know, the two of you
He'll
should
be
really stop
fine.
taking damage.
I know, right? I'm sorry. Besides, that's rude. Ogre jumped in that for you.
True.
And as you guys are sort of eating and discussing this, you can tell that she's mostly finished. And this guy's beginning to wake up, but she probably has something prepared for him to keep him knocked out again. As you see her sort of dig through some vials, Desmond, you recognize one of the ones that you used in order to knock out the guy in the alleyway not too long ago. Not long after this, you see a few more of her compatriots enter through the door. They give you all a quick nod. There's no introductions necessary here. You can tell who they are, and they walk over to this individual after he has been knocked out again. He's having just the greatest day, clearly. And they sort of pick him up by the chair. This person's not as big as you, Desmond. He's quite large, pretty hefty-looking guy. And he slings this guy over his shoulder, chair and all. Gives you all a nod and begins to walk outside along the rest of them. Arya turns to you all and says, once again, thank you for your services. Besides your little cornerman, ogre, it is, I assume. It looks like, well, I guess assuming there's 3 of you to begin with, no one died. You all went, mostly uninjured. So thank you.
I mean, someone died, just not us.
Did he die? No.
He did
He
die,
was.
right?
He was. No.
No.
The
No.
guy who
was
got
one
shot?
hit
No, he's
from
not
death.
dead.
Oh, okay.
No, you
Then
got
He
never
lost
mind.
part of
He
his
is-
face.
He is
Yeah.
very wounded.
He is very wounded. He's incredibly wounded.
I didn't say that.
She doesn't really seem to care that you mentioning us and dying. She's just like, whatever. And then she just
I shot a
just,
man.
just let you know. Oh, congratulations. We do prefer if you work for us. We don't mind the whole, just don't leave any trails that lead back to us, yes?
They'll lead all back to us, don't worry.
Good, perfect. But don't get caught. Or questioned like this poor, unfortunate soul.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And with that, she nods, gives you guys a quick bow, and steps out into the rain. Alright. You three of you are sitting in an abandoned building, eating your kebabs and pies. Bleeding. Slightly less now.
Ah, yes. That
I'm
was
gonna
a good
try
hors d'oeuvre.
and
I'm going to
take off
actually
the
have
rest of
dinner
my
now.
makeup.
The
I mean, it's
rain
raining
did
now,
a
right?
did a good the weather
Yeah.
did a good portion of that work for you there, Kim.
Okay, good.
Like the half of her face that is under her hair is still good. The rest is faded.
I would assume you were wearing your hair
She's
back
like
or under a hat
Two-Face.
or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Under a hat.
Yeah, you don't look clownish, but your face is definitely a bit of a mess.
I mean, technically smudging my face is probably a good way to look like a nobody.
Mm. Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I would
you
say
could
it
make
looks-
up like a hooker.
Yeah.
Nobody would notice you then.
Precisely.
No, I have to look very pretty for that.
No, trust me, you don't.
All right.
Standards vary
The,
here,
the average hooker does not look pretty.
Sad.
especially not here. Your boo is very special, Kim.
Wait, I thought we were in a good area.
Well, I mean, here is in Dust Bowl.
Oh.
There's like 2 good areas you guys have access to. And even then, if you're not dressed well like Desmond, they're just not going to let you in.
Oh, by the way, Desmond, I asked for chicken and they laughed at me.
Yes, that makes sense.
So I have a suggestion for our next mission.
Steal
go
some
steal-
chicken.
Let's go steal a chicken egg.
Only one,
Okay.
Okay, I guess we'll need 2, won't we?
and then hope.
I mean, we could do that, but they are pretty well guarded.
You guys could indeed try stealing some chickens.
Actually,
mean, it
where
doesn't
are
have-
the farms in
It
this
doesn't
place?
have to be a healthy chicken.
There is a eel farm. It is bottom right of the map. Radiant Energy Farm and Eelery.
Eelery.
Eelery, yep. You gotta go to the Eelery.
Actually, that makes no sense because eels are almost impossible to breed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, these eels are very fertile, apparently. They're demon eels.
Are
I'm
they?
pretty sure it's still like almost unknown where eels actually come from.
They come from the Radiant Farms and Eeleries, clearly.
Are they an expensive food or a trash food here? In
Probably
Duskwall?
expensive.
I don't
mean,
think let's say
even
about
in
half
our
of
world,
Dust
eel
Bowl's
is
food
expensive.
needs are met by imports. The other half are gathered locally from eel farms, mushroom caverns, and crops nurtured by wondrous radiant energy lamps. Energy lamps are obviously made of ghosts and just ectoplasm and shit, so that's kind of expensive to run. Think of it as obviously just standard electricity costs, except it's way more expensive. So most of these
So-
districts do not have the electricity use.
So then the eels are expensive food.
Somewhat, yeah.
Do these eels also have ghosts?
Sure.
Oh wow.
I don't see why not.
I mean, that's a good way to make energy.
Well, that's
Just
a little.
kill a bunch of eels.
Tiny ghost stuff.
For all we know, maybe they squeeze energy out of the eels. I'm not entirely sure.
Exactly.
That
Poor
is
eels.
definitely a question. Alrighty, are we heading back to our base and chilling?
Yeah, because we gotta plan our chicken heist.
All right. Well,
Chicken
whoa.
heist.
Before the chicken heist, before the chicken heist.
Oh, actually, we gotta build a hen house first.
Let's do some downtime and not die, hey?
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, let's get our bonuses for a heist well done. Okay, Desmond, do you want to transfer that coin to the clan, the crew?
The 2 coins, you mean?
The 2 coins, yeah. Yeah, sorry. When I said that coin,
yes.
I more so meant like the concept of that coin.
Honestly, if they have weight, I would probably transfer all 3 coins I have.
They have weight, yeah.
Same. I don't actually need coins to do my de-stress, right?
To do what?
Only if you want to do another de-stress, I think. Or
so yeah, we'll
another
go ahead and
downtime activity.
just a sec. There we go.
I definitely won't need it
oh,
because
man.
I only have like a couple.
I love
4
linking
stress.
this shit. I love linking this shit. It's so cool. It's like, hey, look, here's a fight. Oh, look, like that. Oh, here we are.
I mean, the issue is there's a 33% of indulging, which is an issue.
Yes. Okay. So, Mr.
Can I
Desmond,
create more stress for myself somehow?
are you transferring all 3 of your coins to the crew, or just 2?
A crew should have 0 at the moment, right?
Correct. Well, I just transferred 2, 3 to it from the heist.
How does the?
So they can only hold 4 at this current tier.
I would probably transfer. Actually, do you guys also want to transfer?
You can also put it in your stash, and remember, your crew can only
Wait,
hold.
wait.
Real quick. The crew can only hold 4. Just keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
at the moment.
Where's our stash? Oh, this thing?
Yeah, your personal stash is there. Yes,
Wait, so I can put my coin in the personal stash?
you can, but when you take it out, you only get half back.
There's interest?
Yeah, basically it's.
Basically, you're fencing it, so you're losing half your
Yeah,
worth.
you're fencing it, so you lose half the worth effectively. So it's money you're trying to get quickly. Anything that goes into your vault, though, in the clan, the crew. Why do you call it a clan? Anything you put in the crew comes out 1-to-1. So
Yeah.
basically, it behooves you to upgrade the crew. And if you carry it on you, you just have 1 more load on you.
Wow.
First, considering transferring is not an action, it's something you can do whenever you want.
Considering we're trying to make money, that seems a little odd.
Yes. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do our downtime to see if you guys want to spend any extra money or what you want to do with your money and whatnot, and then we'll discover what we do from there. So we did our payout. So against this group, we'll get 3 rep. Open that. So crew rep 1, 2, 3. Really quick, as a reminder, the more turf you have, the less rep you need to level up. So you guys can see that there's 3 turf upgrades you can get. Once you have those 3 turf upgrades, you actually need less rep to level up, which is really cool. Whenever you increase your rep, you increase your tier, but you got to pay for it. It costs gold. I forgot exactly how much. I think it's 8 for the first one. I have to double check. It might be 4. And then whenever you guys do stuff, your crew gets experience. So we'll do that in order. So first we get rep, so 2 plus, we'll just do +1. It wasn't silent because you did tell people, of course. We already got the 2 coin. Technically,
When can we pick turf? When we get that pip, all those pips full? We can pick an additional turf.
Okay, so whenever you level up your crew, you get. Doesn't really say here, does it? Damn. Okay. Whenever you pick your crew, you can pick one of 2 things. You can pick a crew upgrade, similar to your hidden layer, training prowess, thief rigging, that kind of stuff, or I think you get 2 upgrade points. I could be wrong. I have to double check. It's slightly
Yes,
complicated.
I think so.
But
yeah.
basically, 2 upgrade points. You can spend both of them to get a permanent cohort, which could be a healer. You can spend it to,
Which I think we want more than anything.
We
which
need
is
one.
good. Or you guys can start a long-term clock to gain a healer. I'll let you guys do this because there's only 3 of you. This game's pretty hard with 3 people or 2 people. It's pretty rough. So I'm trying to do damage infrequently as an outcome. But if you guys put yourself in a situation where damage is the only outcome, it's kind of hard. So I'm trying to keep damage as like the last thing that happens unless you're running it with a knife. So that makes the most sense. Whenever you level, I think you can take 1 turf. I could be wrong. I have to double check. Or you get 1 or 2 upgrades, or you pick 1 and 1.
It depends. I think there's different costs for different things.
Correct. Right. There's different costs. So you get upgrades, which are the turf areas, I believe, and then there's abilities like pack rats, and then you can also just get a cohort. So those are the different things that you're allowed to do effectively. With heat, I would say, well, it wasn't quiet. It was contained, so we'll say 2 heat. Because that was relatively contained. It wasn't too crazy. And that is just the standard output. And then now we're on downtime. Alright, so we'll do things in order for the three of you. We'll start with Mr. D, and since you guys did it somewhere special, you have 3 downtime activities. Because you guys did it in your stomping grounds.
Did you also add a list of downtime activities?
Yeah, there's no downtime list.
It's in the video. Sorry. The most simple location for that would be the system cheat sheet. It's on page 7.
Do you know the page?
7.
That's all I need to know.
7. Yeah, it's page 7 of 10. So I'll read them out. You guys can do. You can acquire an asset, do a long-term project, recover, reduce heat, train, or vice.
Well, if we acquire an asset, we get an extra roll because we are pack rats,
Correct.
which is useful, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And that asset can be a healer, if you guys will.
Okay, acquire an asset.
Yeah.
Is that long term?
So assets are things you use. Okay, so assets are weird. So you can do it like this. So for example, if you look at in the GM screen under effects and outcomes. So when your tier is the same as someone, you have a standard effect, right? If you're, let's say, you guys say we want to break into a location, right? And I say, well, they're tier 3, so you guys are gonna have literally no effect. Like you don't have the tools. Like there's nothing you could roll unless you guys went crazy with like buffing yourselves. There's literally nothing you could roll to possibly get in. What you can do is A, increase your tier, which is not something you can easily do, or you can use your acquire an asset to get something good. You can basically spend one of your downtime activities to get high tier, fine quality, I believe is what they're called, fine quality lockpicking tools. This would be a custom item that we just make, and fine quality for whatever your tier is your tier plus 1. So they would basically be tier 1 lockpicking tools, and that would put you up by 1 tier. And I don't know if you can add 2 tiers if you like do it twice. Maybe, but depending on the item, it can be used multiple times. So, for example, it can make a bomb that's plus 1 tier. They can be weapons. So, Kim, your knives currently are 0 tier knives because that's your guys' plan. If you were to spend a downtime activity, say I want to stab the shit out of someone, like extra stab the shit out of them, you would have better knives basically, which would function better against people that are stronger than you.
So wait, are assets permanent or temporary?
Temporary. They
Until
work.
you use them.
Yes, until you use them. So basically, if you were to use one of your downtime activities to get better knives, or better, not armor necessarily, but better knives or a better asset. So basically, a special item, a set of common items, a cohort, a vehicle, or a service, one of those things. So you could get like a bomb or something as your asset. Now, if you fail to roll, you don't get anything. But depending on how well you
I
roll.
mean, if we go for a bomb, we definitely get plus heat.
Yes, exactly. So any kind of bombs, you get heat just for asking around. When you decide to do that, you would roll and get that item, and then when you use it, it's gone. So you'd put a note somewhere saying, fine quality knives, and then maybe next to it, like in brackets, you put assets. We know it's an asset, or something along those lines. But assets are temporary. You're either renting them, or the quality is only good enough to last for 1 score, or something along those lines. Is I think the logic they use on that. Usually be something for like lockpicking tools, like something that makes sense for one time. If it's a weapon, I'd say logically you can probably use it 2-3 times until something happens, or you just lose it in the middle of a mission as a double bargain or something, or bad outcome. But acquiring assets is very strange.
Okay, so how do we get because we need a healer. So
Yeah.
how do we get one?
So one of you would acquire an asset to get a cohort, which would be a healer, and then all of you can use this healer for this one downtime session.
I think I'm the less hurt one right now. So do you want me to do that?
I mean,
Sure.
what does the healer cohort actually do? Because it's different from recover, right?
The healer cohort helps us recover.
Yes. So when
Yes.
you
But
get
for
the
you, we
cohort-
use the recover thing, I think.
Yeah, so you would roll your dice to get the cohort, and then when you do get them, you can spend. Hold up. Okay, here we go. All right, so when you roll to get a cohort, this is what happens. So when you roll to acquire an asset, if you roll a 1 to 2, the quality of the asset is going to be tier -1. If you roll a 1 to 3, that's bad. If you roll a 4 to 5, it'll be equal to your tier, so 0. If you roll a 6, it'll be your tier +1. If you roll a critical, 2 6s, it'll be your tier +2. And if you pay 2 coin, you can gain 1 extra quality. So for example, if you roll and get a tier 0 healer, and you pay 2 coin, that's now a tier 1 healer. It's
Do we
basically
want to
what it is.
spend 2 coin to do that?
So first, you can spend the coin after you've rolled. Basically.
Yes, and how
And
many
this
downtime
one-
activities is acquiring an asset?
One.
A cohort specifically an asset?
One, just one. So it doesn't matter who rolls this one. It's just you using your asset. So you would roll 0, but you guys have your pack rat, so you roll 1. So you roll a single die, and that will tell you what the outcome is. There's no modifier; just roll 1 die.
Is it a 0?
No, so your guys' tier is 0, so you would roll 0.
Oh,
which
right.
Is, yeah. But you guys have pack rat, so you get +1. That helps a shit ton. So you're only rolling 1 die, and you take that single outcome. I don't believe there's a way to bump that. I could be wrong, but I think that pretty sure that's how it works.
Wait, did you say +1 quality per coin?
Per 2 coins.
Oh no, wait, now I'm reading something else.
Yeah, so after you've acquired the assets, if you pay 2 coins, which is a lot of money, honestly, I'm not saying to do this, but you can, and it will heal for. It'll be
You
a
can also
better
get
heal,
a
effectively.
+1 from aided by friends or contacts. Do we have anyone that can do that? Actually, who is
So that would be something you guys have mechanically.
is that like cohorts we have, or can we
Yes,
ask
yeah.
around in?
That would be like a core that you currently have. So basically, an item or thing or some person that you guys know that assists you and specifically says adds +1 die to whatever they may be.
Yeah, we definitely need
Yeah.
to long-term project to get a new cohort.
Yeah.
I mean, all we have is our deals broker, so.
Right. So I will say, because of what you guys have. Yeah, exactly. So you guys do currently have one. So I will say, obviously we can twist and bend the rules however we want for our group and how we want to play. I think it logically makes sense that it is difficult. I'm pretty sure when it said you can't, not you can't. It made it sound kind of difficult. Like you need to find a guy, which could be multiple long-term things that just take for freaking ever. So I will say, if one of you wants to start a long-term project, you can use one of your skills to fill it up, like consort or sway or whatever it may be, basically to talk around and ask people, hey, it's like you can use sway if you wanted to. Ogre, I guess you can just kind of kiss people and look cute and attempt to use.
You'll summon ghosts until someone says yes.
I'll blink if you give it to me. Otherwise, I'm staring at you forever, buddy. Anyway.
I mean, I guess I'll use one of my things to find a cohort then for healing.
Yeah. So, which skill do you want to use for that?
Consort, I guess.
Okay. So let me curry you on that. So duplicates, and then we're gonna call this timer copy. This is long-term project cohort, and that's gonna be 8 clocks. All right, that should be added. Yeah, you guys can see it. Cool. Okay. So it's labeled under actors as long-term project cohort. I'm gonna go ahead and drag it and just put it next to our base. Okay, so I believe when you roll, it tells you on page 7. So critical is 5 seconds filled, 6 is 3 seconds filled, 4 to 5 is 2 seconds filled, 1 to 3 is 1 second filled. So theoretically, this could take forever, or you can get done really quick if you're super lucky.
Since this is to find a person, can I add to that or no?
I don't think you can. Honestly, I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure you just roll as is, because it's your demo activity.
I mean, it is an asset, right? So do we get the +1 from our pack rats, or is that just for items specifically?
That's when you roll to acquire an asset, not for long-term projects. So it's
Nice.
specifically when you use acquire an asset. So if you want to do it, Desmond, you said you wanted to roll consort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and just roll that, and then whatever your outcome is, we'll add that in tips. To my knowledge, these are just assets.
Hey.
Okay. So a 5 is 2 seconds. Boop. All right, and then once this is filled, you guys will have a healer. So each of you have 3 total downtime actions.
And you said I can roll multiple downtimes action on the same long-term project or not?
Shit, I can't make this multiple times. I was on a number and put a 3 on you. I believe you can do the same thing more than once if you wish. Yes. To my knowledge, the only thing you can't spam is training. So if you train, you can't train, for example, prowess 3 times. You can train it once.
No, okay, that makes sense actually.
Train prowess once and resolve once.
So if you train prowess once, you actually level up.
It
Can
gets
you
me two.
only
Have
It
you
gives
had
me
that
2
many
picks?
failures? Or desperate
yes,
situations?
she's been that many desperate situations. Oh no, so
Damn.
training prowess, if you have the training upgrade, which you do, you earn 2 experience instead of 1 whenever you train the XP track during downtime for prowess. So that's a bonus you guys have.
A bonus for our...
For being shadows.
Oh.
It's one of your upgrades. It's called training prowess. Basically, you guys have a training room that lets you be better at prowess when you train. Dope.
Okay.
I know, right? Very cool. So do you want to use one of your downtimes in that, Kim?
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and fill those 2 up.
Pip.
Oh, I hit that 0 button.
0.
And then add
Sadly, I'm not training
1
prowess.
Add 1 pip. Wherever you want it. Probably finesse. Yeah, you've been finessing quite a bit. That makes sense. Okay, Ogre, what's your first downtime activity gonna be?
De-stressing. Gonna
Okay.
go gamble.
That makes sense. Okay. We'll go ahead and roll that up. I think for you, yeah. So either roll I think you roll prowess or resolve, and then you roll your worst stat, and then you take the lower number, I believe.
What's
Roll your weakest attribute.
Roll finesse or prowess?
Either, since they're both 1. So you roll your weakest attribute. Clear stress equals the result. So you roll prowess or resolve, and you take whatever number that is, and then you reduce your stress by that much.
Actually,
Holy shit! No
with
way.
the
Okay, reduce by 6.
with the long-term project, can I also use my coin for that?
Let's see. I want to say yes. So +1 result per level per coin. Yes.
I guess I'll use my coin then, my singular coin I have left.
Okay. Do you want to use it to the last action, or you want to do downtime action again, then use your coin on it?
I wanted to use it for the finding the cohort.
Okay. For a second cohort action, or for the same one?
The same one in this case.
Same one? Okay. Okay. Then we'll just go ahead and use your 1 coin, and we'll just upgrade that to 3, because that would have been the next tier. Okay. So each of you have 2
I am
more.
using one of my own coins, so.
Correct. Yeah. All right. Each of you have 2 more downtime activities that you can pop
I want to recover.
your HPs.
Yeah.
All right. First,
Aren't
we
you
need.
already recovering?
No. First, we need to borrow a cohort. So, which of you wants to use your downtime activity for that?
I can use it because I just got a lot of stress off.
Okay.
We have to indulge in vice, right?
No.
Are you sure if this
No,
is
I have to.
ignoring your vice? If you do not indulge vice in downtime, take stress equals trauma.
Correct. You have no trauma currently, so you're fine. So once you start getting traumas, then it goes up.
So I can skip my vice if I need to.
Correct. Yeah. In fact, the game does not want you to spam it to be at 0 because you'll overindulge.
All right, because I only have 2, which seems a little risky.
Yeah. Don't
Very.
don't clear to 2.
Like,
Yeah, I
even
went
I
down
don't
to 1.
really want to do it.
Yeah.
Like last
Realistically,
time I was at 4 and I rolled a 5, so.
yeah. Like Desmond, I'd say maybe do it. But because the thing is, Desmond, actually, you have the highest chance because you're going to roll prowess, which is roll 2 dice and take the lowest. You have a pretty high chance at rolling a low number. But in case you don't, you're going to overindulge. You're going to just bad.
I mean,
so-
can I pick the lower number or?
Yeah. So the way vices work is you always roll your worst stat, and your worst stat's prowess, which is 0. And that would mean you roll 2 and take the lowest. You just happened to roll really high last time. I think you rolled a 4 and a 5. You just got unlucky.
No.
So if you want to do that?
First I want to train.
Okay. Are you training which one?
Well, I have no reason to train resolve, honestly. But train prowess, sadly. So I'm gonna train resolve.
Okay. So go ahead and add 1 pip to resolve. And Ogre, you said you wanted to try grabbing the asset.
Yeah.
Okay, so to grab an asset, we would roll our tier, which is 0, but because you guys are pack rats, you get to roll 1. So literally just roll 1d6, Ogre, and we'll see what we get. It's a raw d6, and this will effectively be the cohort we find. Trey. Okay, 3 means it's your tier -1, so it's just going to be tier 0, which basically means they're going to roll 2 dice, and then they're going to take the lowest result. So you guys currently have a healer. In order to recover with a Physiker, you roll Tinker or the NPC's quality, and then you fill that many healing clocks. Okay, so we currently have a healer. Effectively what that means is they're going to roll 0 dice, and if you want to heal, you're going to heal for that amount. So I'll roll it, and then you guys will heal for that amount if you wish to use it.
I wish to use it.
Okay, boop. Alright, that's a 1, so it takes the lower number. which is actually perfect for you, Kim, because you only need to heal 1.
So I'm.
So that fills, then you exit it out. And then it
And
says,
then.
so for healing, whenever you fill a healing clock, reduce all harm by 1 level.
So I can get rid of both these?
You can get rid of both of them. Oh, shit, I forgot to mention. Okay, I didn't hold this against you. Technically, because you have a singed flesh and your arm is messed up, that means everything you did would have had 1 less effect.
So mostly everything would have been, like, probably
Worse.
limited?
Yeah, everything would have been worse or 0 effect.
Okay.
I believe you can remove both of those. From...
The guy does say 1 level.
Reduce all harm by 1 level. Correct, yeah. So that means your 3 would turn to 2, your 2 turns to 1, your 1 turns to 0.
Okay.
So you're good. Ogre, do you wish to also remove that knife from your shoulder?
I don't think I can really do anything else, so yeah.
Okay. I'll roll those beans for you. That's a
A
1.
whole 1.
Okay.
Oh,
So that means
I did
you
not
get-
mean to put 3 on
you
there.
get 1 pip in the healing. Hopefully you don't take another knife next time. Okay, so that means Ogre has 1 more, Kim has 1 more, and Desmond has 1 more, right?
Yeah.
No, that was all mine.
Oh, that's all yours? What'd you do? You did... Oh, yeah, you did the cohort,
I-
stress,
Oh,
and...
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Kim and Desmond, you got 1 more. What are you gonna do? I know also, Desmond, if you want, you can poke the long-term project if you wish.
That's the question. Do I want to do that, or do I want? I mean, looking at the rolls, we really need that healer. Quick.
You need the healer, yeah, you do.
Can
And,
other people also roll for the long-term effects?
to my knowledge, only the person...
Yes. No.
Yeah, I think only the person that started it can do it. So
Alright, then
it's
I'll
basically it's
roll
yours.
for the healer.
Okay.
Do we need what other counts as long-term projects?
Realistically, anything that's listed on the sheet here. So for long-term project,
Like for instance,
Oh, it's
smuggling
insane.
a chicken egg,
it's
a
pretty,
fertilized chicken egg.
yeah, it's pretty complex. There's a lot of different things you can get, realistically. So
Yeah. Where's the sheet?
it's buried in the big sheet, the 300-page
Could
document.
we say long-term project fixing our train base so we can actually use it?
Yeah. Does that count?
Yeah,
Getting a second wagon.
In fact, would I? Because I want to build a chicken coop. Do I need to do that as a long-term project?
so you want to set up an area for animals to kind of chill out in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if Desmond's calling card is a chicken bone, he kind of needs a steady supply of chickens.
I mean, I have a steady supply of chicken. That's not the issue. Desmond knows his ways around town.
Okay, so that is a chicken coop. Alright, is that what you want to start then? Miss Kim?
Well, if Desmond doesn't need it, then no.
We can start it next time as well.
Well, I will say, if you guys just steal a chicken or a chicken egg, it's just going to run out of your guys' base, so you're going to need to put it somewhere.
Yeah, but is it really a long-term effect is the question. A long-term project. I mean, it's a chicken coop.
To successfully have a chicken coop and have people not see it and just jump in and take it, yeah, I would say so. It had to be something.
We would first have to expand our wagon anyway, so...
Yeah, and keep in mind that your
I
wagon...
guess we could sell eggs and stuff, right?
Yes, so keep in mind that your base gets better naturally as you guys increase your tier.
Yeah.
So
We
then,
could probably keep it waiting, honestly. Do it
well
later.
then, okay, if it naturally gets better, then I don't, because we can just umbrella a chicken coop in it, right?
Yeah, you can.
So then I don't need a long-term project.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You can train.
Could you... Actually,
Can
can you
I-
heal twice?
I
Is
can
that
train
something you
again?
can do?
You can keep healing. You can insight or
I'm
resolve.
I'm
train.
already healed, so I
Yeah,
don't
so
need it.
Yeah, so she's
Can
good.
she heal?
Can you train
Ogre?
quest? Oh no.
Okay, I can train a different thing, right?
Correct. And it only goes up by 1.
I'll train Saul.
And that will go up by 1. So now, Kim, whenever you resist damage, you're going to roll prowess, but that will roll 2 dice, so you have a much higher chance to actually resist the damage. So getting
Excellent.
one pip in that first row is really important when you're trying to resist certain things, especially if you're going to get stabbed. The nice thing is,
Yeah.
if your guys' stats on consort, sway, and whatnot is higher, you won't necessarily get in situations where you're getting your face stabbed. But you know that's kind of its own deal. So that is your
Yeah.
last one. So Desmond, did you want to poke the cohort as last action?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll again.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
What was it again? I can't remember.
I think you roll
Consort?
Yeah, I believe you roll consort.
Right.
All right. A 4, I believe, is 2 pips. Yep, 2 pips. 1, 2.
That puts us at 5, right?
Yeah, that puts you at 3 away from getting it.
Nice. So there's a
Realistically,
good chance that next time we get it.
realistically, if you want, you guys do have 2 coins in your stash. You can use 1 coin to bring that by 1 more if you want. Up to you. Or just wait till the next roll. Because if you wait till the next roll and you succeed, then you didn't need to spend the gold. So you can just wait.
I mean, we could probably fin. Actually, we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, just wait, because we can pay after if you only
Yeah.
get 2 pips on it.
Yeah, so realistically, next time you can actually finish it out and get lucky. So
Yeah.
there's no reason to. Because remember, you guys do need gold to upgrade your group. Once your crew does hit max, I think it's either no, it's max rep. Once your guys' rep max out, it just stays maxed out, and you can keep doing as many heists as you want. And it's never going to level up. You get no more. You get experience, but you're never going to increase your rep. So naturally, you're going to want to go that route. And the game does recommend when you move out to get informants or turf or a loyal fence, things of that nature. It does recommend you follow the track, but you don't have to. You can go any direction you want. It doesn't want you to instantly jump to the tavern, though, for example. You can.
What the hell
but-
did you just do?
What's that?
The guide lists this as an example for long-term projects.
But why is it scrolling on my screen?
I don't know.
Because I technically, I said it. It always does that.
Oh?
The chat bubble.
Oh, the chat bubble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Does
a
it?
chat bubble.
yeah. I turned that off.
Oh, okay. I guess.
Weird. Yeah, I turned it off.
Never noticed that.
Every time I make a new world in Foundry, you guys gotta turn that off. Anyway, yes. So technically, there's a lot you can do. So realistically, something else you can do. Right now, your vice is currently luxury, right? You can start a long-term project to get yourself away from luxury into something else. Let's say you pick your long-term project, not long-term project. Let's say you pick your vice is basically drugs, and you've been kicked out of every location. We can do a long-term project roleplay thing for you, so that you move yourself away from drugs and go to something else. Basically, you're trying to get off that street crack.
Well,
Yeah.
there,
The
there's
only way
nothing
to
wrong
get
with
off
mine.
drugs is by indulging in something else. It's known.
Yes. So that was good stuff. We'll go ahead and look at our actual experience. This end of session. So mark 1 experience, or 2 if we did it multiple times. So did we execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation?
Yes.
I think we did.
Technically, yes.
Did we contend?
Technically, yes.
Did we contend with challenges above our current station?
Yes.
Yeah. Did we bolster our crew's reputation or develop a new one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah. You guys talked
We-
about you got a new
Yeah,
group?
because we got them something good.
Did you express your goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? What is the essential nature of the Twilight Tribe?
Stealing art. Getting money. Living the good life.
Did we
No,
do those things?
Do we
don't
steal
think so.
specifically art?
Not really. We stole information.
Okay, but we'll leave that as isn't. That's still like great experience, not bad, not bad. And then for each of us, we do have that extra pip, so keep that in mind. That this is for the hell experience.
Well,
oh,
okay,
you mark experience. Sorry.
How much experience do we get for that?
For what? The last one?
For what? Yeah, what you just listed off.
Just one.
That was
It's one. It's one per thing.
Anywhere?
No, you don't. That's for the clan.
That's the
Sorry.
crew.
Oh, for the
Ah.
clan. Okay.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
keep calling it. I will keep calling it a clan. I'm so sorry.
I called it a clan first. It's all right.
Yeah, one day you ruined me. No, one day I'll call it the correct thing.
Crew.
The,
They both start with a C. Okay.
the clue.
The clue.
Blue.
Clue. Okay. So now we're going to level you guys up. Alright.
What if I don't want to level?
Oh, you don't have to take
Why?
it, man.
Why would you not want to level?
It's too powerful. Let's see. Was it on your guys' character sheet or was it somewhere else?
It's not in the character sheet as far as I'm aware.
Heck yeah, buddy.
I put it in my notes.
Alright. So, like I said, if there's anything that's missing, let me know and I can throw it into the game to make it easy for you guys. And myself, obviously. This is for making a character. What the hell's the... buttons. Resistance roll. Yeah, no, I do a lot of stuff. How do I increase my chumbus, though? There we go. Okay. Experience. No, that's here. Oh, my dumb.
It should just be in under the character what you have as class.
Yeah, it should be under that. Okay. So we'll start with Mr. Spider. So every time you roll a desperate thing, you did that. Say, did you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
I mean, what's a challenge in this case? Just like our mission?
Yeah, I want to say kind of no. Because we kind of just followed a dude and went to fisticuffs.
I have no idea what to say about that, honestly.
Yeah, I was to that one, no. Did you express your beliefs, your drives, your heritage, your background?
In this case, no as well.
Okay.
I don't believe I did anything like that.
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or any traumas? I'd say definitely no. No, that one
Probably
either.
no.
Okay. In general, I'd say like that was a half yes to all of those. So I would say Desmond mark one experience, just in general, for something, wherever you want to mark it. So this experience goes anywhere. And then for our slide, Kim, this would probably be best to add to your notes. So I'll do that.
Yeah, I put it in my notes.
Yeah, that definitely helps done. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put that in your notes. It's gonna look really goofy because it's gonna freak out. There we go. Okay.
There we go. I put my notes.
Excellent. Okay. So, can you see those written down there, Kim? Under your notes, got 3 things there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
I mean, I disguised us.
Yes. So, go ahead and mark one experience anywhere. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
No.
Okay. And did you struggle with any issues from your vice or trauma?
No.
Okay. And then Mr. Ogre. Same for you. What's your special one? You address a challenge with knowledge of the arcane power, with knowledge or arcane power.
No.
And then the other 2 questions. So basically, there's one unique question for all you guys at the top, and then there's the expressing your beliefs, drives, heritage, background.
I think it's a hot no for everything.
Okay. I will say, regardless, just add one experience. Anywhere you want. Oop.
What even are your beliefs, drives, and heritage?
That's a good question.
Who is Ogre? Really?
Who is Ogre?
What is Ogre?
What is Ogre? Screams into the void.
Eats a rat pie.
Eats a rat. Eats an entire rat in a single bite.
Is that your drive, eating rats? You want to
Possible.
eat every single rat in the world?
Consuming rat. That's your overall goal. I just want to eat all the rats. Don't judge me. I just really, really, really want to eat rat, okay?
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
Ogre believes that the rats are the true reason why everything went to shit.
It's always the rats.
So yes, as per usual, you guys want to add anything or flesh out the character a little bit. Keep in mind that we're basically 2 level. You either want to roll in desert position to increase the stats specifically, or you want to essentially express your character's beliefs to put an experience point anywhere. I believe how it works is if you do it one time, you get 1 experience. If you've done it multiple times, you get 2 experience per thing you've done multiple times. Which sounds kind of strange, but basically just boils down to Kim, for example.
You get 1 or 2.
Yeah. So basically, you can get a maximum of 6. Yeah, you can get a maximum of 6 experience by asking these questions. Minimum of 0, obviously. So if you address a challenge with deception or influence, Kim, if you do it once, you get 1 experience. If you keep doing it, you'll get 2, and it caps at that. And then same thing with your beliefs, drives,
it
heritage.
does feel kind of cheesy because I can basically just throw in random beliefs or drives in any situations and get XP for it.
Yeah. So essentially, what it's saying is, are you role playing your character? It's basically what it's asking. So if you realistically, Desmond, you didn't really talk or do too much this session, which is fine. Unfortunately, the roles just pushed us in a different direction. That happens sometimes. Nothing wrong with that. But if we spent a good portion of the session with you trying to convince someone or talking to them, or like sitting across the table rather than in an alleyway stabbing a dude, then you probably would have got more experience for that. So essentially, the game wants you to lean into, which makes sense. It wants you to lean into the actions that you chose, which are consort, command, and explain all that. Which is why I said definitely add 1 experience point, because you did kind of lean into the points that you chose, but we didn't lean into it enough effectively. So like I said, the max you can gain with that is 6, which is a ton. But the minimum, we'll just say the minimum is always 1, regardless, just because getting 0 experience from that feels meh. But it does want you to try to lean towards that. So if you guys ever want to roleplay any of your downtime activities, like going out drinking, or eating or something, or making up an NPC, Kim, or Desmond or Ogre, I know you already have 2 that you give me
You
art
already
for.
have 2.
Exactly. Well, you guys all have 2 technically, but if you guys want to roleplay with a specific NPC, not necessarily to get experience, but to further flesh out your character and get a better feel for them, you can always do that. So always ask me if you don't want me to. Like, I understand putting you guys in the spotlight and saying, roleplay this thing that might be difficult for you. It's like, I don't know what to say right now. That's perfectly acceptable, to not know what to say. Totally get that. But if you want to roleplay something in particular, just let me know. And it's not cheesing the system to gain experience, because you're playing your character and you're learning more about who you are. That's perfectly okay. So if you want that, just let me know. Don't let me skip over roleplay sessions, basically.
It's more so like I could have, instead of asking around about the ghost, I could have used my background, my friend, the detective, basically,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
and ask
exactly.
him around.
Yeah. So if you guys can think of like different solutions, the game very much wants you to poke them if you have the option to do so. But you know, like I said, if for whatever reason your brain decides to fart and just isn't functioning for God knows why, because mine doesn't all the time, it's perfectly acceptable. Kind of just I don't know, nothing wrong with that. But primarily, don't let me skip over roleplay things. Technically, during we transitioned from free time straight into the score, so there was never an engagement roll, which is perfectly fine because it went to shit really quick. But there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I didn't get my +1 to my engagement roll now.
We never had an engagement. It just started because you guys ran into them like immediately. But all the same, if I forget, I was assuming you guys would just like you convince them or something, and then I would say roll engagement. But we went straight to fisticuffs, which once again, perfectly fine as long as things flow smoothly. I'm totally happy with it. But you know, like I said, if I skip over anything on accident, just you know, stop me, remind me, let me know, and I'll quickly kind of try to fix it for you. But other than that, I believe we can pause our session there. We can think on how and who we want to steal these chickens from. We can look at various factions and see who actually might have a chicken on them, and then we'll hunt them down, and we will extract that chicken.
The great chicken heist.
The great chicken heist. And then hopefully, if we level up, we can put our chickens somewhere wonderful. All the same, that was super fun. We'll hit this up next week. If there's anything I forgot to add, you guys want me to add to your character from these factions, or if there's like notes, let me know.
From last week, did that guy ever show up at my shop?
Which guy?
The guy that I...
So yeah, stuff like that. Remind me next week, and we can open with that scene of him showing up. So various NPCs and such showing up to say like, hey, what's up? If I gloss over something or forget it, you know, once again, totally remind me. So for you, the dude shows up to Desmond show up. So I will have that jotted down for
Oh my
next
god, he
time.
shows up.
And we'll definitely do that. Yeah, because he was told to, and you didn't lie to him, right?
I mean, I didn't lie to him, but the real question is, does he want to come to my shop after what happened?
For more than one reason, probably. So
Probably.
we'll definitely see how that plays out. But yes,
So we can use long-term projects to set up future heists.
correct. So if there's something that you know you can't do, like we want to break into something, you can use a long-term project to chain into a long-term project. So for example, if you want to like bribe somebody, also like I mentioned before, the blue coats are super bribable. So like if you run into a cop or you get busted, just throw money at them, they'll basically go away. They're known for being like super corrupt. But if you guys want to like break into something or do something and you know you can't, whether maybe as a tier or because you guys just want to stay in the back, you're more than welcome to do a long-term project. And then that long-term project can link to getting to someone, and then after you get him, maybe he can say, okay, yeah, sure, fine. You finally convinced me to join.
I think we should be planning our heists like, what, 2 to 3 weeks in advance, I guess?
You totally can if you want, or you guys can fly by the seat of your pants. It doesn't matter. They can be high scale, low scale. Like I said, you guys can sneak into a party if you want, and we can just say, Kim, you have outfits. So yeah, we can say everyone gets an outfit, and you guys get to do a thing. But it's totally up to you guys who you want to interact with, and basically what you want the story of your characters to be. So, unfortunately, this one will lead to fisticuffs, but
It's
Yeah.
probably always gonna lead to fisticuffs. I hate you.
We also
It
never
doesn't have
used
to.
any of the action rolls to like, what's it called?
What?
The flashbacks.
Oh yeah, we didn't use any of that. Good
Um,
point.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you could have used any of that in that situation, but you know.
Probably not, but you guys could have convinced me of, like, for example, if you guys didn't have a weapon on you, or if I say, Kim, you dropped all your knives, you could have said, we plan on following them down here, so I flash back, and I hid some knives under this trash. I would have been like, you know what, sure, why not? Then you take your stress, you hid some knives, you dive in, you grab your shitty knives, and you throw them at them. And if those miss, then I guess you're just out of knives. But in that situation where you don't have an item on you, or you didn't convince someone or did convince someone, because these people were in front of you because you were doing whatever, it was a very spur-of-the-moment situation. But yeah, so it's, once again, totally fine. You guys are better off than you were. You have a long-term project going. You got way more experience because we kept jumping into desperate positions, and
Yeah,
only
really useful.
Ogre is bleeding profusely.
We're working on this.
He'll get better. Just put your finger in it. It'll be fine.
We also used a bunch of our loadout items, but do we get those back, or are these basically considered
I will
permanently
say,
on you?
yeah, I will say, because they don't really tell you too much, that they are one per scene or one per heist. So basically, you have
Nice.
it's like quantum equipment. You effectively have, this way, because the thing is, money in this game is weird. So the one pouch of money that you currently have on you, Kim, is a lot of money technically. It's way more money than would purchase you some trans powder, technically. So because of that, I don't want to say, oh yeah, you have to...
Did I put that in the crew guild stash?
Yes,
Whatever?
yes, yeah. Go ahead and subtract that, and I'll add it to that.
Okay.
Because like
It is currently
the
maxed out.
slumber essence I have doesn't have any weight. I could technically, according to the rules, bring like 50 of them,
Right, so
which is stupid.
it's very dumb, yeah. So I think the way they want it balanced is you have one per heist, but you have an infinite amount, theoretically, because basically the way the game sees it is you do your thing, and then you go back during your downtime, and you naturally restock on your knives and your powder, etc., etc., etc. You get all your stuff back once per heist, is basically the way they see it. That way, as you said, you don't have 50 things of powder, because that logically makes no sense. Kim, you don't have 1,000 million knives on you, because that's also pretty stupid. And as long as you're not throwing hundreds of knives, I'm going to be pretty lenient with how you use them, unless you're like, I see a guy, throw a knife, I see a guy, throw a knife, and after the 90th knife in that session, it's like...
I need some ice pick sticks. That way I can have like a billion knives, quote unquote, on me.
But I could, for instance,
kill people in the spear.
What demons?
I could, for instance, use my assets wisely, as in like I put the slumber essence in the food, and now I have 50 sleeping people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the game wants you to avoid doing silly things like that. Well, it's fun. It does kind of, ruin, obviously, the balance and the economy of, like, how things make sense. Because, where are you getting it from, obviously. But you are more than welcome to,
more so that
put
it
sleeping
doesn't
powder.
mean like based on the situation, one vial isn't always one person, basically.
Exactly, yeah. And you're more than welcome to say, I sneak this into somebody's food ahead of time, whether it be in a flashback or something you actively do. I am totally on board with you doing stuff like that. And then saying, we snuck into and did this. The hardest thing in this game is thinking like a thief and thinking like a scoundrel, rather than let's jump in and kill people, only because you can take so much damage so quickly in this game. Avoiding that and trying to be more of a sneaky is really difficult. So obviously, putting points into stealth and coercion, command, things of that nature, assists you quite a bit. I mainly don't want you guys to default and say, well, shit, if we're gonna be fighting every time, let me just bump my prowess to max. Not max, but with normal points in prowess. If you guys intended to be more of a smooth talker, and like I said, if we get a weird outcome, you guys are always more than welcome to coerce me into something else and say, like, hey, what if you do this instead?
I need to
Where's
get
the
into the
camera?
mindset of a spider having like everything prepared beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, your character is like the smooth talker. It's like, no, I did this already. I don't prefer to fight. If I have to, I'll break some legs. But like, for the most part, your dude is like, you're a spider. You have your web and you have your connections of people and this, that, and the other, and you can totally like make up an NPC and say, hey, or maybe I'm not good friends with this guy, but I know a dude that sells this, or I know a guy that does this. You can totally do that. It doesn't even need a flashback. You can just say, I know a guy, because this world is huge. There's so much stuff. And because this is technically accurate, I don't know why the note doesn't say where that one group is, but if there's something you guys want me to add in Foundry so we don't have to like go search for it, like for example, what you get from like long-term activities, write that in Discord so I have a list of things I can add to my note, and I'll throw it in here so we don't have to like jump around the notes too much. I think one of my problems is a lot of these cheat sheets are made by fans and they don't necessarily nail everything, especially weird questions that we have, like how exactly does healing work, or it's so truncated that they were like, what is 4/5/tier 0? What's that mean exactly? So it can be kind of confusing. But you know, regardless of nothing, if something doesn't make sense to you guys or a mechanic seems weird, you're like, I hate this. It's dumb. It doesn't make sense because of this reason. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I mean, this is my technically second time DMing this, so.
If anything, though, I really like this player screen.
You like what?
This player screen.
Yes.
It's really useful. Does
Yes.
5e also use it now?
Use what?
The player screen?
Yes. I do. Yeah, sorry. I do have it. It definitely works for everything. I'm not. I think it's off in our D&D world, but because we know effectively everything. But if there's
more
something
so,
you
it
guys
would
want,
be easier for me because I really like to sort my abilities based on like reaction and
Yes.
ability for bonus action.
Bingo.
Action.
So if you want to make a journal in our 5e world and say like, here are my actions, here are my bonus actions, I can make a GM screen for you guys. I think if I right click it, there's a button somewhere where I can add extra screens, and it can be like, there we go, tab configuration. I think I can add extra tabs. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I can, and that can be like Demon's tab, and then that one's like just for you, and you can add or we can have like one tab for you and for Melanie and for Seth. And
More so because this way we can also have our notes on us at all time, basically.
Exactly, yeah. So we don't need to worry about. Do you guys have the same bad habit of like, let me look at the factions, and then you open it and then instantly close it rather than shrink it?
Yes.
Yes.
Horrible.
I mean,
I keep doing that.
I spent the first like 5 minutes looking around. Wait, where was the notes again?
Yeah, like I have opened and closed our Twilight Triad thing like 30 times because I keep, rather than double clicking, just shrinking it and keeping it in this corner. I keep going, I'm done reading it, X. I'm like, shit! I have to like go find it again. I'm like, I need to stop doing that.
That's why I just pop out the character sheet and put it on my other monitor.
Yeah, I can't use pop out, but it is. I don't know why, but the owner of Foundry can't use it for various reasons. But
Too bad.
It's fine. It's because it's not technically a pop out window. It's its own program, but it's not in Chrome. Doesn't matter. Anywho, I'm gonna pop out now, do some work, and then we got more cool D&D stuff tomorrow. Like I said, Friday. Okay, realistically, if the two of you are free, I can kind of half sit and chat while I'm working, and we can talk about our upcoming Friday game. Or we can do it tomorrow after D&D, whenever you guys want. I don't know what time it is for you guys. If you're busy, you need to eat or something, let me know. But
it's 10 for me.
Yeah, so whenever you guys are free, I'm probably gonna hop out of chat real quick to go get some nibbles. But if y'all want to chat, we're basically always free. So just let me know. We can hop in Discord. I'll be like half mentally busy, but if three of you kind of decide on like what characters you want to play, and then I'll give feedback, and we'll kind of go back and forth until we're like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do this, and then we'll like do a session 0 party next Friday, and then we'll start it Friday after that. Then we'll be set and ready to go, basically.
Sure.
So just it's more on you, obviously, because you know your schedule's kind of not your schedule, your time zone, obviously. Did time change for you already?
Sorry, what?
Did your time zone change already?
Yeah, last week.
Last week, okay. And I think ours changes tonight or soon.
It should be tonight, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday, which is tonight.
What time? You said it's 10 for you right now?
It's 10 for me right now, yeah.
Okay, so you're 6 hours ahead. Okay, that's so bad. Okay, I mean it's not great, but it's not the worst. Anyway, I'm gonna hop out. When we
I'll
can.
be 5 tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when we can do that, we will. That'd be great. Anyway, so I'm gonna pop out. It was super fun, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. And Streamfolk, thank you for joining. It's been very fun. I'll catch you very soon. Bye.